best in college.
State of OH! Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey! Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Overreaction Monday, August 17th, 2026, this sports program begins now.
Football!
It is the greatest, and we have so many highlights from around a preseason slate that was packed to the gills with superstars doing superstar things as we inch closer to the actual NFL season. College football is just a couple weeks away. We have so many things blossoming around the sports world that you can't help but say sports. are the absolute greatest. Scotty Scheffler just smacked everybody around.
Jeez.
Down there in Memphis and St. Jude, won by 100, could have been 20 if a sprinkler head didn't get him in trouble early where he's forced into a bogey after a perfect shot out of the sand. Oh, no! Holy shock! Into the water. Yeah, for a bogey. You thought maybe that was going to be a display from the golf gods that Scotty Scheffler doesn't deserve it today. Nah, he'd get it, bounce off a tree into the fairway. He'd do a couple other things, and he would just smack everybody around. He won the regular season of the PGA Tour, which I believe pocketed him about $10 million or so. This one, $3.8 million. Next week, $3.8 million, and then another $10 million, I do believe, for the next one after that. So there's a chance here that Scotty can piece together a nice $30 million 4-week run here. And when you talk about Scotty Scheffler this season, you think to yourself, has he won enough tournaments? Is he going to be able to close? He's like top 5 in every one of them. If he was able to close out winning the quadruple crown, okay, which would be the regular season, the first round of the playoffs where they started with 70, counted down to 1, the 1, Scotty Scheffler. Next weekend will be top 50, counting down to 1, the 1, potentially Scotty Scheffler. Then the week after that is the Tour Championship with $10 million to the winner, and that's the one that decides who won the playoffs of the PGA. Scotty could potentially sweep them all. That'd be the first time ever. Scotty could potentially have the greatest PGA season in the history of PGAs. And will anybody remember it because of all the close losses? I don't know. I hope they will, though. This guy's special. This guy's fantastic. Sports are awesome. WNBA, the team here in Indianapolis, doing historic stuff. Scoring more points than any team in the history. They got, 4 players or something like that, averaging double digits. Kelsey Mitchell's gone for over 20 points for 19 straight games. Phenomenal. In the Halleys, by the way. She's Team Halley. She wears the Pumas. Caitlin Clark obviously going absolutely apeshit like she has this entire time. She has great new gif of her walking by laughing at the entire team of Atlanta, but certainly Angel Reese potentially there, that taking place. And then you look at Aaliyah Boston, she says in the back. Love that the WNBA is cooking in full force. Aaliyah Boston went absolutely crazy. And then Sophie Cunningham is dropping threes all over the place, standing on business, and then getting onto a bar and singing some songs. So the Indiana Fever are exactly what the WNBA ordered, exactly what the WNBA needs. And I think they're going to continue to see that as we win a championship here in Indianapolis. Potentially. Full parade.
I'd say so.
Yeah, parade season coming right up for the Indiana Fever. The talks tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here looking cool. Boys, great weekend of preseason football. Friday, Saturday. Obviously nothing on Sunday.
Odd. Scotty's day, maybe.
Just kind of let Scotty. Just kind of let Scotty do his thing. I was wondering, throughout a lot of the day, it would be nice maybe to have it, but Scotty kind of carried us through, so I appreciate Scotty doing that. But on Friday and Saturday, we saw a lot of quarterbacks do some stuff, and if they start playing well against, potential future insurance salesmen and stuff like that, we think to ourselves, we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
Guy plays bad against future insurance salesmen, you think to yourself, oh, no.
Not good.
Look out.
But if guys play incredible, potentially against guys that aren't ever going to be in the NFL, we start singing the praises of the future. This guy went absolutely ham. Drew Aller for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's currently in a quarterback competition for the second quarterback on the Pittsburgh Steelers roster against Will Howard and reindeer Mason Rudolph. Carson Beck, what's he doing? Cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. So is Jacoby Brissett, though, who also got paid $17 million. Maybe he starts and he follows him. Oh, my. Out of Alabama.
Whoa.
Ty Simpson went absolutely crazy. Now, we rank these by passer ratings. You can see on the far right side. We're not the ones who did the passer rating math, but this is what everybody says. Ty Simpson, 125. That's damn. He had a stallion of a start for the Los Angeles Rams, 2 touchdowns. Dan Orlovsky will be coming on in the second hour, I assume, continuing his victory lap that he's been doing because he said Ty Simpson's the best quarterback in the class. Well, the number 1 overall quarterback is this guy, Fernando. He had a great drive as well. Got hit a couple times.
Yeah, he did.
Got hit a little bit.
Good pops.
And Haynes King won us our first crown of the season, so we obviously appreciate him. He's at 95.2. But D-Butch, let's talk a little bit about these preseason games. How much should we be getting excited about? As somebody that played on defensive side of the ball, outside corner, nickel. I believe he played some safety as well in this entirety. These preseason games, are the defenses showing much? Like, for instance, Shador Sanders did not have his best game.
Nope.
He was playing against the threes, but also with the threes at the time. He will get starting reps instead of Deshaun Watson next game. I'll be excited to see what that looks like. If he continues to be not great, I believe Deshaun Watson, a man who's guaranteed $230 million, will get that job. But how much should we be viewing through the eyes of these quarterbacks and their performances week 1 preseason, week 2 preseason? How much should we be putting stock in this? Because I'll tell you what, Drew Aller. Pittsburgh, they're putting a statue already up for this guy.
Sure.
They are ready for him to do it. Ty Simpson.
People, send your apologies to Dano. They're saying, have you sent yours? I saw the tweet.
What's that?
But have you got your apology notarized and sent it to him because Ty Simpson did
Not
look
apologizing for shit.
When I said I like Ty Simpson the whole time, I said I like Ty Simpson. He was just saying that Ty Simpson's better than Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
I, standing on field, watching Fernando Mendoza play through the entirety of the playoffs, just didn't agree with that at all. And then, the things that Dan was saying was certainly a little bit, I'd say, detrimental against our own argument because he was saying kind of stupid things. But I think what Dan was saying, hey, this guy can play, and we saw it, and he can.
Oh, yeah. And
Dano was 100% right, and the Dan wagon is certainly going to continue to latch to Ty Simpson, even though he's already put the Dan wagon on Stafford. So I'll be excited to see how he kind of balances the two while not rushing Stafford out of his career, but also potentially pushing for Ty. But on that note, I thought Ty could be a guy after watching him. Like, damn, this could be a guy. How much of that should I be thinking after these early preseason games? Because from a defensive side, what are they seeing? What are they showing? How much of this is real NFL football?
I mean, you don't want to overreact, but as we sit here today, it's tough not to when you see guys making plays. Not only the new guys, but even some of the old vets. You see Josh Allen still doing, Josh Allen things. But these are pretty much practices that we get an opportunity to see as far as defenses go. No, you're not showing a ton of things. You're showing shell coverages. You just want to see your guys go out there and operate. Even for the coaches, a lot of new coaches that are in coordinator positions or in different positional groups. Maybe they're in charge of subs. So you want to go through all those different things to get ready for the actual games that count. But you don't want to overreact. But at the same time, it is good to see Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson and Haynes King and Drew Aller get out there and get real live reps against other NFL caliber talent. A lot of these guys won't be playing on the Sundays when they count, but they are still good athletes. They are still good players out there, so coaches can get a good feel. That coaches can go back and say, hey, these are the reads that we've been going over in practice. Now you see how it looks on live tape, different teams, different, drops, different bodies out there. So it is some things that you could take from it, but you don't want to overreact, but we're so close. We're so close to the actual season, so it's tough not to, but you definitely don't want to overreact from these things. But it is much better to have stat lines that look like this as opposed to, 5 for 20, 2 interceptions, balls batted, you getting hit, not checking at the line, not getting protections, not taking check downs, things like that. So, I think all these guys, made a good outing in week 1 or week 2 for some of these guys.
I'll tell you, some of these draft classes we're starting to see as of late, it's like, is everybody good at football?
Yeah, maybe.
It is a fascinating little evolution of sport. And it might be because of the 7-on-7 flag football culture.
Yeah.
To be honest, might be creating more skill players. At the offensive line positions, how are they doing? I don't know. Everybody's bigger, stronger, faster. I guess we got to wait until actual rushes are coming. We got some highlights, though, from the weekend. Don't know you have to show those. I think.
Have to. Yeah.
You talk about overreacting. I get real excited about something.
That's the big thing, too. I didn't mention the live rushes. Because we talked about a bunch with Max Crosby and I think Grady Jarrett had a tackle with the running back Monungai in Chicago. The live rushes, guys getting around that quarterback, they no longer have that halo. So now, Fernando Mendoza, some of these guys haven't been hit yet. So that is another thing that you can see. How do they handle that from that?
Well, we have a couple of those. We have some of those we'll definitely have to get to because there's a lot of,
What are we doing?
But opposite of that, there was a lot of yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go to Highmark Stadium up there in Buffalo. First game played there. We don't have the end zones painted. We don't have the middle painted, but this is like a soft opening for Highmark. Josh Allen doing Josh Allen stuff. New field. They're saying the grass might be ass, but the throw is sick. Keon Coleman catches the first touchdown in the new stadium. Pause it right there, Foxy. That's a new background that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, looks good.
Throughout the season. That's what I kind of took away from this. That isn't a bad background. This is a new visual that's going to be coming into our lives because it's Josh Allen. Yep. So every single home game, we're going to see at least this. Keep playing it. There's others in there too. It looked big.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked big. Pause right there. See, that looks like that's not bad setup there, kind of going up there. And then there was a shot on the back angle here. Looks like the seats go all the way down. I feel like a soccer on the other side. So I think stadium optically from the camera, from us looking at home, looked good. Some of the people in the stands were like,
they didn't like it.
They're still complaining?
Oh, yeah.
It's not glass is technically see-through, but when there's like light, there's reflection, so all I can see is the rows in front of me, basically, off the glass that I'm sitting there. So the people don't like the glass, okay? People don't love the glass. That's right there. Doesn't that look like kind of a soccer field there? seats coming all the way down to the field. Normally those are like suites there. That's the back end zone. I don't know how that setup is, but I think the stadium is going to be loud. It sounded loud, and we know Bills Mafia is loud. It seems like from an optics perspective, going to be awesome. Going to look cool. But the fans in the stands, there's a lot not to be certainly pumped up about. But everybody, they'll be standing.
Yeah.
So we won't worry
They'll
about
get
the
over it.
glass.
Bills
We're kind
Mafia.
of getting after it. And the grass not being great yet. I guess they got time to figure that out. That's good news. Buffalo and stuff like that. Grass.
Yeah, they'll make
it's
it
not going to
work.
be an issue at all.
Yeah, weather only get better from that.
Exactly.
So that was kind of the thing, though, about like the NFL was saying about grass. Like, hey, it turns out some grass, like in September, good, but then like December, not good.
Yes.
Like I assume that grass really, I assume that's a tough grass.
Sure.
Okay, like I assume that grass is a tough grass to be able to fight through the winters
Better
up in
be.
Buffalo. So it's like, is that grass not meant to be perfect in the middle of summer or the end of summer? Who knows what that is? But that's all the science of the super grass that we're trying to figure out at all times, just like Von Miller, congrats to him, New Dallas Cowboy, have been talking about for years here and what we need.
Yeah, if you're genuinely concerned about that, I wouldn't be. I would assume that they understand that that's the case. I mean, like look at Lambeau. Like the grass typically doesn't look like shit there in December. Weather pretty similar. I would think that they have a pretty good grasp on what that grass is going to look like come playoff time and come the winter. So yeah, like you said, it's a dress rehearsal. So you can bitch and moan all you want, but come week 1 or week 2 when they have their home opener, that place is going to be rocking and everyone's going to be loving it.
And I think it sounds like it is loud.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like it was built to be loud. Like Seattle was built to be loud, that place. Looks like Buffalo potentially the same exact thing. Let's go to the Giants. Jackson Dart, 43% of the games he's played in, allegedly, he has ended up, 42.8%, he has ended up in the blue tent because he can extend plays and spin it. What a throw here at Malachi Fields. Obviously, Jackson Dart is the topic of conversation. He's the New York Football Giants quarterback. Obviously, a lot of eyes, ears, and pressure on that particular position. He does get injured and banged up a bunch. He's saying a little bit more than maybe he should be getting banged up or whatever the case is. But that's an incredible throw. Fields with a wild catch. And the New York Giants, I'll tell you, every time I hear something new about them, I get pumped up about what they're doing. Is Odell Beckham Jr. going to make that team? Bruce Brown?
I think so. So Juju actually did not play in this preseason game. He warmed up and then was a late scratch. So people are thinking maybe Juju Smith-Schuster ends up getting cut. But Odell played great. He had some routes where he was wide open, and Brandon Allen just decided not to throw him the ball. Not a great day for Brandon Allen, our QB3. But I think Odell was awesome, and it was awesome seeing him get a huge ovation from the Giants faithful.
I also like that Odell was out there blocking. He was getting after it. New York Giants, though, they go as Jackson Dart goes.
Yep.
Jackson Dart goes to the blue tent all the time.
All the time.
Jackson Dart at the end of the game said, they're always putting me in this blue tent or whatever. And it's like, well, I think if you get hit and then you lay down in fetal position for a little bit,
Let him play.
there's going to be some people that are wondering if you're all right. But the way he mentioned it, I thought maybe he thought that there's a little bit of a overzealous unk. Maybe an unk at MetLife that gets a little bit happy with, let's go check him out so they can grandstand on being healthier than everybody else. I thought that's what Jackson Dart was potentially alluding to. But if you watch this in real time, which I went back and had to watch it, he laid down there for a while.
Yeah.
And I do think the unks probably were like, yeah, we should get eyes on this guy. He's got a little bit of history.
Play safe.
He goes in there, he comes back. He goes into the blue tent in a preseason game, starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants, and then comes back out and plays again. So preseason football, it's a wild decision to make, but I do appreciate that is how Jackson Dart feels about the entire situation. But this is a guy who, just like Jeremiah Love, who we will talk about here literally in a matter of moments, that when we watch him play football, we think there's no way this guy's going to survive. And it feels like he knows that, feels like that's the type of player he is. But if he can stay healthy, he can make all the plays to be great. They can win a Super Bowl. They can go everywhere. But will he be able to survive? I think that is kind of the question. I think he knows that at this point too, Conman.
Yeah, and it was very similar to Drake May, his rookie year, to Drake May's second year. Like, he had to learn how to slide. I think Drake had 3 concussion-type plays when he was a rookie. The thing with Jackson Dart is he doesn't take awkward shots. He takes massive shots. It feels like every time he gets hit, he's getting blown up. He's leading with his head on the sideline.
Third down, coach. I want to get this first down.
It's kind of why people love him, though. This is, he's selling out. This is why you're excited for it. This is another one. Later in the season, you see it's week 13. He's tiptoeing on the sideline, and he gets blown up. Yeah. These aren't like casual, hey, maybe check on this guy. This is, hey, this dude just got decleated. Let's make sure he's still alive. I think that's the thing with Jackson Dart. But, I mean, you showed his touchdown. That's why it's so exciting to watch him play. He is fantastic when he's on the field.
Jackson Dart obviously has been phenomenal when he plays.
Yeah.
He can run. He can throw. Shit like this is just kind of status quo for him. But when he's running, he does appear to look for contact.
Yeah.
And it's we love him for it, but
Yes.
certainly don't know if it's sustainable. Let's go camping a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, every once in a while as a national show, an international show, a regional show, we don't get a chance to really know what's going on, boots on the ground. So we like to travel around. Every once in a while we feel the beat or we go camping. Let's go camping, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head out to the desert. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who's been with ESPN since 2013, covering the Arizona Cardinals. He's an IU grad. Hoosiers. He's a Pro Football Writers Association member. There's one of them from Pittsburgh who was trying to mock my song, I believe. He said, Britney Spears want to put this out. And I listened to it. I like the song. So that guy thought he was killing me. I was like, thank you. I kind of like that song and this entire thing. Shout out to the Pro Football Writers Association. Love all of them, including this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Weinfuss.
Yeah, Josh.
What's going on, Josh?
Not too much. Thanks for having me, Pat.
Dude, thank you for joining us, obviously making us better. Big storyline out of Arizona is obviously the quarterback situation, who's going to be it, what's it going to be going forward. And you guys drafted a running back really high. We see Jeremiah Love in that first preseason game, or second preseason game, because he didn't play in the Hall of Fame game, and he was awesome. He was magnificent. He was all over the place. He was playing as if it was the Super Bowl, which is why you got to appreciate somebody in something like Jeremiah Love. As I was watching the highlights, the only thing I thought is, man, is this guy going to be able to survive? He's going to take some massive hits. There's a couple times where he avoids a one-on-one tackle and cuts into a four-on-one tackle just so he can prove that he can keep going. He fights for extra yardage. He's tough to tackle, which potentially led to an ankle injury at some point. So if you can just kind of tell us where we are with Jeremiah Love, because obviously that comes out of nowhere. I think we all kind of learn later that he is going to be out, hopefully back until week 1 with an ankle. What's the status of him, and what are the thoughts on, is this guy going to survive this year with the way he plays? I love it, but like I hope is he going to survive, Josh? I think that's kind of my question.
It's a great question. It's a worthy question. So what we knew up until last night was he was going to be out for the week because of an ankle sprain. We asked Mike LaFleur, high or low. Mike wouldn't tell us, and then Adam Schefter came out last night with the tweet and the report that it was a high ankle sprain. So he'll probably miss, at least the next 2 or 3 weeks leading into week 1. Like Adam reported, they're hopeful that he's back for week 1 against the Chargers. Will he survive? It's a great question. The way I've watched him being used during training camp is I can see them using him more as a feature back. So not the every down guy, because they signed Tyler Algier in the offseason kind of be that short yardage, bruising type of back, and they can kind of use Love as kind of in unique situations. But will he survive the whole season? Not if he's playing like this, right? Like, he was very anxious to play this offseason. He told us all he was going to play in the Hall of Fame game. That didn't happen. Like, he wanted to go out there and show what he can do. Obviously, he went a little too hard, hurt that ankle. But I don't think they're going to let him kind of be that running back that goes too much because they have such a deep room. So I think they'll use him in certain situations. They'll use him out of the backfield in the passing game. He has great hands. Great receiver for running back. But if he continues to run like this, I don't see a way he survives this whole season.
Yeah, me neither, Josh. That's literally, as I was watching him live in real time. I agree. If he does, if he can survive, you're talking about one of the most durable humans to ever be pieced together. He got John Elway 3 times in here in real games. You saw it whenever the jumping, spinning, dive, that safety's coming. You would know better than I would. That safety's coming right at shoulder, and we're spinning, and he's getting right up, throwing that ball back to the ref.
First time.
Which is what I appreciate.
I like it.
If that is what we see out of Jeremiah Love for the next 10 years, I am so thankful that he is an NFL player. But that is a scary style in which he runs, just as somebody who's a huge fan of his. But I will watch the Cardinals if he is playing strictly because of that. Let's talk about some other stories around the Cardinals. We heard a guy couldn't catch. We were hoping maybe he would get traded to the Colts. Go ahead, D-Ball.
Yeah, we talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. I feel like the narrative on him coming out, and it's maybe just the internet and low lights. Like, he's dropping balls. He's not creating separation. What has been kind of his story through training camp in the preseason for Marvin Harrison Jr.?
He had a couple of bad practices. He had a couple of bad drops, and you know how it is. Like, someone gets a video, puts it out there, all of a sudden he's dropping every ball thrown to him. We have seen growth from Marv this camp, right? He has been better than kind of those one-on-one jump ball situations. He's been better against physical corners. That was kind of an issue of his the first 2 seasons. But he's making catches, right? He had, after those videos came out, he really stepped up. He made some really nice catches in camp. Obviously, he had that great catch that you're showing in the preseason game from Jacoby. But I mean, yeah, the problem is he had some bad plays with Kyler Murray as his quarterback the last 2 years. So that's in everyone's mind. So when he makes these drops, all of a sudden they're like, oh, this is going to be an issue long term. Like, to me, based on natural ability, he's got to be one of the top 5 receivers in this league. He's just so naturally talented that I don't think that this is going to be a long-term issue.
All right, Josh.
I like it.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that.
I like Marv too. Top 5.
You got a good league right now. Got a good league.
Sorry,
right now.
Josh. Sorry,
On his
Josh,
bill?
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, but God-given ability. I mean, look at his pedigree, right? His dad's a Hall of Famer. Like, he has the tools. It's just putting them all together.
Yeah, I mean, that's a real question right there.
Yeah, wake up, D, bud.
Yeah, somebody in the back just said, is he top 5 in Ohio State in the NFL right now?
Yes.
Good question.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah, he's in there. I'll give him that.
Hold on.
For sure.
Okay.
And
Are you
I'm
sure?
a big-
Of course
I'm a
we
big
do.
fan of
Yes.
Marv.
I don't know.
That's a good. That's
There's a lot of good Ohio State receivers in the NFL right
Aside
now.
from Garrett Wilson.
Bruce, I don't like that you did that back there. That was unbelievable. Garrett Wilson had a great catch this weekend.
Yes, he did.
He
He's
had a
gonna
great
need to do
He's
that
a
all day.
dog.
Let's move along. We're staying with the Arizona
Garrett
Cardinals.
played? Or are you talking about?
What?
No, he
Oh,
played. He played.
He
in the
played,
game.
yeah.
No, but he made a great catch in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Awful ball.
Terrible.
The behind the.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, that was a
one.
warm up.
Garrett's good. I like him.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh.
Yeah, great catch.
Yeah.
Terrible ball. Once again, we said that, but kept him away from the safety. It was coming over the top. Let's go back to the Arizona Cardinals.
Sorry.
You know, because the NFC West is what it is. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Josh, what are the expectations for the Cardinals? I know the fan base on Twitter is very fun to kind of check in because the Red Sea is usually just drowning in misery. But what are kind of the expectations when it comes to people in the building? Because you hear LaFleur talk after the game. He seems to have some good moxie. The hair looks better than it did in the preseason, or at least before camp started. What is kind of their thoughts? Should I take the over 3.5 is basically what I'm asking you.
Great question.
If you ask them, they think they're going to the playoffs. If you ask everybody else, they're like, look at this division. Like, you might win 1 out of 6 division games. The first 11 games of the schedule is an absolute gauntlet. But here's the thing: the last 3, 4, 5 games, there's some winnable games in there. I think they can steal 2 or 3 of the first 11, then maybe 2 or 3 after that. So maybe you do take the over on this. But I mean, this defense, here's the thing. This offense they will put up a lot of points. We know that. The defense, during their 9-game losing streak last year, after their Monday night win over the Cowboys, the defense gave up 35 points a game. The defense was supposed to be the centerpiece of the rebuild under Monty Ossenfort, the GM. And they spent years rebuilding that. It didn't produce. They kept the DC, and they just they added a few little pieces here and there. Like, I don't know how much better this defense is going to be than last year, and that's going to be the wild card. So 4 or 5 wins might be possible, but I think, to me, a good season for them is keeping it to a 1-score game. And it sounds crazy, but
I like
this is kind of... It's just kind of how this defense isn't very good right now.
All right.
So we're taking the over in every Cardinals.
Yeah, right. Did you hear what he just said?
High expectations.
We're winning 1 out of 6 division games. Okay, maybe. That's a maybe right there. Going to score points. So hopefully in the last 3-4 weeks, there's some stealable wins game. That's how he was getting to 4 wins on the season. He was
First 11 weeks are going to be real tough.
Real tough.
But after that,
you're the best. We should be looking for 1-score games. All right. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us. That was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Josh Weinfuss.
yeah, Josh.
Just like thinking it's a game would be.
They're going to outscore some
Think
teams.
about that.
That's the league. 1-score games. You got
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because the year we were almost completely defeated, I've told this story a few times. There was I think 7 or 8 games where 1-score game.
Yeah.
Like if we would have just gotten 1 bounce, maybe score a
Legit.
touchdown there somehow. Vinny comes out, kicks the extra point. We win 7 more games. That's why the football gods winning teams. Whenever it's I think the Vikings were the greatest.
2 years
story.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, the Vikings won 12 or 11 games that were within 4 or 3 points. I forget what it was. And it's the football gods normally don't give you that many.
No.
Normally it's a kind of a balance. So we thought it was going to potentially go the other way, and it did. They also traded away their best quarterback and everything like that. But it is a weird, funny thing that the NFL normally revolves around one play being made late. or one play being messed up.
You know, every week, I mean, obviously you have your blowouts here and there, but every week as a team, we'll come into that Monday meeting and offense, defense, and then special teams, there'll probably be one or two plays, but it's usually for offense, defense, it's like a handful of plays that decided that game, whether it was a drop or somebody missed a protection or a dropped interception or whatever. It may be somebody dropped in the wrong zone. That's the NFL, week to week.
You know what Chuck used to say? He said, listen, tomorrow we're going to be sparring, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, jabs, okay, we're jabbing, we're kind of moving, just moving. And then a haymaker's coming, boom! We don't know when that's coming. Okay, the play don't care who makes it either. Okay, the play, this is going to be happening, this is going to be happening, and boom! And this is the one that's going to change. You don't know, that could be 10th round. We could just be sitting here the entire time. And boom! The play don't care who makes it. Okay, we don't know when this play's coming. Could be any play. Okay, so you got to remember that. It was like, that was a great way to Chuck kind of describe it. He's like, in two of these end the fight. That's all it is, two of these. Okay, so a big long return, interception, fumble down the red zone. Those are the big ones. You don't know when they're coming because we're fucking sitting here like this. It was a great way to describe it because it's real.
Yeah.
It is real. That is how you end up winning or losing. Winning a Super Bowl or being the first overall pick. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who is our first overall pick whenever it comes to New York Giants cover.
That's right.
Yeah. He writes for North Jersey.
Okay.
Okay? Cut that fucker in half.
Yep.
NorthJersey.com. And he's been doing that for 100 years. He's also the host of the All In with Art Stapleton pod. Ladies and gentlemen, Art Stapleton.
Yeah, Art!
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, great, Art. Thank you. I like that.
Wow.
Sold.
Yes.
Good sell.
It went through the screen.
Hey, that's North Jersey football right there. I like that.
All about selling for you, Pat. I'll sell for you.
Hey, we sell for you, too. All In with Art Stapleton, the podcast, available now. Also, NorthJersey.com if you want to read the greatest words pieced together. Let's talk about the Giants. We just talked about knockout, obviously, there. Jackson Dart's story is he's knocked out of games a lot. The stats coming out about the blue tent in a preseason game getting hit like this sucks. We need to protect him. What are we doing? He goes in the blue tent, comes back out onto the field in a preseason game. Is that Harbaugh's doing? Is that Jackson Dart's doing? Like, how do we kind of feel about the Jackson blue tent preseason game situation that we're currently sitting in, knowing that if he stays healthy, you guys are great. If he's not healthy, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of things that have gone on that has really taken on a life of its own as far as this blue tent goes. I mean, the funny thing is that the one concussion he had last year, he wasn't even taken to the blue tent in Chicago. Everything else he's passed when he's gotten to the blue tent. And then you see the hit that he had the other night. I mean, that was just a misprotection by Tyrone Tracy, the running back. I think the Giants were a little upset that he even had to go in the tent. You understand they want to err on the side of caution. But he was ready to go. He was cleared. And they put him back out there. It took one play, and he threw a touchdown to Malachi Field. So it's a slippery slope here now, and Jackson Dart now has this tag. I don't know how fair it is, but I think you can understand why they want to lean on, be more cautious than anything else.
And he can still have another 14, 15-year career where there isn't a problem at all. And I appreciate him. There's been other quarterbacks that have come into the league young, very athletic, want their teammates to respect them, want football to respect them, want to respect football. I mean, we were teammates with Andrew Luck. That guy felt like he was disrespecting the entire sport if he turned something down or made a play end early. And it was just like in his mindset. But there's also guys like Joe Burrow who used to seek out contact, and then he kind of stopped doing that because he understood that, like, availability is the greatest ability. Who knows what Jackson Dart's journey is going to be, but I know I love him because he does that. But I'm very thankful that I'm not a fan of a team that he plays for because it kind of reminds me of the Carson Wentz experience, just with a lot more talent. Okay, at this stage, than whenever Carson was with the Indianapolis Colts. That is how I'm kind of viewing it. It's just a roller coaster. Okay, let's continue to talk about the Giants. John Harbaugh, has his influence been felt up there in camp? How would you kind of describe the John Harbaugh factor with this Giants team? And I think last time we talked, you talked about how it was all ball, no play. These guys are grinding it out. The max amount of time that the NFLPA is allowed, they are doing that. Is that the same? Have you seen a little bit of a transition into a more kumbaya? How do you kind of view the Harbaugh era going?
There is no kumbaya with a John Harbaugh team, I tell you that much, at least none that I've seen. At this point, I mean, if they're scheduled for practice from 1:30 to 4, it doesn't even matter if they're in a walkthrough or in shells like they will be today. He is going to the last minute of that period to be able to practice this team. I mean, they've been more physical than they have been in the preseason. They are not worried about injuries, and the Giants have certainly had their injury history, and that's kind of that whole country club tag that they got under Brian Dable and previous coaches. They was worried about getting guys injured. Harbaugh says, you know what, we're going to callus up, and we are going to hit, and we are going to practice, and then come September, we are going to be ready to play football in the NFL. And when a guy has 18 years of experience and winning the way he does, everybody in the room sits up a little bit more and says, you got to coach. We'll do whatever you got to do. And I think there's been a lot of buy-in for Harbaugh here.
Little AFC North football making its way to the NFC East, it sounds like. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Love what the Cowboys are doing down there. It's not even time to dive into the division just yet. D-Bud has a question for you about one of the most important positions.
Yeah, obviously we're going to talk about the quarterback. The team's going to go as far as the quarterback goes, offensive line. But those are that wide receiver room. We were just talking about Odell Beckham, if he's going to make the team. Juju, obviously they invested and went out and got some other guys as well. What's the vibe on that wide receiver room, and where is Malik Neighbors right now in his recovery?
I think Malik Neighbors right now is getting ready to go out there and take part in team drills for the first time today.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
huge.
That's a big deal. Is that breaking?
A little breaking. We'll see. It's been the fields might be a little slick today, so maybe Harbaugh pulls back a little bit. But he was in a red jersey last week. That was the first time that he was wearing that non-contact. So a little bit more live, 3/4 speed. They think he's going to be ready for week 1. He's looked great. I know the last time I talked to you guys, Pat, it was the first day, and he looked great in camp. That's continued all the way through. So I think there's a lot of optimism from Malik. Everything else, 2 through 5 or 6, I think is wide open. You mentioned OBJ. He's had a great summer. I don't think anyone would have anticipated that he would not have missed a snap in a Harbaugh training camp after being basically out of the sport for 2 years. So that's been a plus. And I do think the rookie Malachi Fields showed on Saturday night, not just with his catch in the end zone that got a lot of attention, but the way he blocked. He even went out late third quarter, punt coverage, went down and made a tackle on punt coverage.
Harbaugh loves that.
Yeah.
I said that to Harbaugh yesterday on the Zoom. I mean, you want to check every box for a guy that Harbaugh's going to fall in love with. That box on special teams probably gets pushed a lot higher for John Harbaugh than anybody else.
Former special teams guy as a head coach, obviously abnormal, but he's been able to do it for a long time down in Baltimore, taking his ways up to the Giants. I'll tell you what, he gets hurt on a punt play, though. Oh, my God. Well, with the depth at that wide receiver room, I guess it wouldn't kind of be as big of a convo. But if that was somewhere else, and you got a rookie that just scored a sick touchdown, and it looks like he's about to do something, and you don't have a lot of wide receivers, like maybe you're the Indianapolis Colts or something, it's always like such a fine line of like super smart, tough, I like it, to you let this guy get hurt in a preseason game in the third. It's crazy how the sport in the league that we're in.
Malik Neighbors, though, that's huge. If he can hit week 1 healthy, that changes the entire dynamic of that offense.
Listen, Art Stapleton, bringing us some joy. Speaking of the offense, last question for you. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Art, how do we feel about the Matt Nagy offense? First year for Jackson Dart in it. Is he going to kind of have a little bit of growing pain? Do you guys have high expectations when it comes to the offense being very, very good? Is it a lot of deep shots? What are we looking at here?
Harbaugh talked over the weekend how they got to push the ball more down the field. I think we'll see a little bit more of that this summer. They were pretty vanilla against Minnesota and Brian Flores, and it's very hard to run an offense when you're vanilla in a preseason game against Brian Flores, who's going to go. I mean, and we saw that in the play that Jackson took the big hit on that blitz. I think, it's going to be a combination. It's going to be Nagy. It's going to be Harbaugh philosophy. It's going to be Brian Callahan, who's also here as quarterbacks coach, and what he did with Joe Burrow back in the day in Cincinnati. I mean, I think there are plans for this offense to kind of spread its wings as the season goes, but they want to play power football. That's Harbaugh. They think they have their best offensive line since the Super Bowl year. I think they love the rookie guard, right guard, CeCe Maui-Noah coming in here, Andrew Thomas at left tackle. So they're going to want to run the football with everybody's boy, 44, Cam Scatterbo. Looks like he's back from that injury. So until Malik comes into this offense, I think you're going to look at run, and see what Dart can do that way. But once Malik's on the field, then it's Isaiah Likely, it's what Jackson Dart can do, and I think this offense kind of opens up a little bit more as the season goes on.
I can't wait to watch it all. I cannot wait to see Patrick Ricard lead for Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah.
And potentially both of them lead for Jackson Dart.
Hopefully,
think about the amount of helmet-to-helmets that have been attempted by those three. You know, Patrick Ricard's, Cam Scatterboot, and Jackson Dart.
Too many.
I mean, that's an absurd power football play. Excited to watch you cover power football, Art.
Hell yeah.
You got it. I think Pancake Pat and Scat are in the back bouncing off the wall.
Nice.
Running zone read into the back brick wall before they go out to practice.
Pancake Pat and Scat in the back. Love that. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Art Stapleton.
Yeah.
Let's keep going camping. We were obviously in Arizona. Then we're in New York, New Jersey, North Jersey more specifically. And then now let's stay here in Indianapolis, ladies and gentlemen, live from Indianapolis Colts camp. Starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, Daniel Jones. DJ,
what's up, guys? How we doing?
Dimes, how we doing? How we feeling? Healthy? Every report that I'm hearing is that you look very comfortable post Achilles. Now, obviously, knock on wood with everything, but have you felt limited? Have you felt wide open? Like, where do you feel at this stage of your recovery? And congrats on getting back and feeling this way.
Appreciate it. Yeah, feeling good. I'm feeling good. I think every week I feel a little bit better, building up the reps and just kind of the load on it. So I'm feeling good, no limitations, and feeling like I'm getting around pretty well.
Okay, so we watched a couple guys post Achilles, and it was either they were naturally more stiff or mentally a little bit more stiff. And then we saw Tatum come back. We're watching Tyrese come back. We don't know if there's something that has happened over the last couple of years seemingly with these Achilles, but what is the limitation for you? Is it a mental limitation? Is there a physical limitation? Or do you feel like you're right back to before you broke your leg the week before the Achilles, because you did break your other leg as well last year, coming off a broken leg and a torn Achilles. But do you feel like the athlete you were before those injuries last year, or do you think there is still some room to kind of continue to grow back to it?
Yeah, I feel really good. I'd say maybe there's a little bit of progress still to be made. I think just kind of like the overall conditioning of it and building up your kind of workload on it, and through the course of a training camp, I'll continue to feel better. But like I said, I don't have any limitations. I feel quick. I feel like I can get out of the pocket. I can move around in the pocket well and all that stuff. So I think there's still, there's a process to it, but I feel really good.
Okay, that's my next question. You started answering it there towards the end. White boy still got a little motion, it sounds like, because I'll tell you what, that is a huge deal for this offense, I think. How many times have you thought back to the beginning of last season through this camp and kind of project like where you are as an offense as a whole, not just you, versus when you guys were the number one offense in the NFL for the first half of the NFL season last year by far? How much are you comparing to those days or thinking about those days?
Yeah, I mean, I think you think about it. I think coming out of camp last year, we felt really good. We had a good camp, and we were prepared for the season. Started fast. We're executing well. So, I think that process and kind of a lot of the things we were doing throughout camp worked. So, you want to kind of use that, but also understand it's a different team, it's a different year, and you've got to start over and building that. So, with all that in mind, I think we're doing well. I think offensively, scheme-wise, what we're doing, kind of how we're moving along, I think we're able to get, a little bit more advanced a little earlier. And now we're at the point in camp where most of your offense is in, the install's in, and you're playing off of that. You're playing off of some of the stuff you're seeing from our defense. They're adjusting to what we're doing, and kind of there's a good back and forth there as you're working through this part of training camp.
Okay, so the big conversation outside looking in on the Colts is like, who the hell are you going to throw the ball to? Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, Daniel, obviously you don't want to, go an extended period without Alec Pierce after you guys pay him. It's very evident he's going to be kind of the number one guy. But with him being out and kind of recovering this offseason, do you feel like you've been able to kind of bring the other receivers and tight ends along a little bit quicker, and you've been able to develop some more rapport with those guys, and you kind of just overall feel more comfortable with every pass catcher you have at your disposal?
Yeah, for sure. I think we've had a lot of guys step up. I think, everyone knows Tyler Warren, Josh Downs, both are going to be really big parts of our offense. Those guys have had great camps. And then Ashton Doolin, Laquan Treadwell, Nick Westbrook, a ton of guys that have stepped up and played really well to this camp. So that's been good. I think a lot of guys have gotten reps, and we feel comfortable, confident with with all those guys.
Yeah, nobody's talking about the upside to Pierce maybe not being able to go.
Yeah.
It's the other reps that everybody else is getting.
The other guys.
Next man up.
Yeah, not just the other. These are NFL superstar guys about to be a wide receiver for Danny fucking Dimes guys.
Yeah.
These
The
are
other ones.
I
Yeah.
see him now. I don't want to see him in September.
Well, all right. All right. He doesn't mean that, Dimes. He doesn't mean that. I do want to see Allen.
Game record.
Did you see those highlights right there?
Yeah.
Hi. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
He was up.
He only
on
looks like 6 months away from that.
Whoa.
I have, according to my source, he's a naturally stiff walker too. Like he's not like a super free walker. You know. Dimes, this is what we do for a living. You know how you play football for a living? We look at videos that are put on the internet, inch by inch, frame by frame, to see whether or not we think, as non-doctors, a guy's going to be on the field in a few weeks, because that's how desperate we are for NFL football. So just know that is happening out here in the wild. Okay, I hope you know that. A man that you mentioned there as guys that are absolute studs for you is a Sasquatch. Actual, we saw him in college, and last year he was spectacular. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Dimes, we're all pretty juiced up for Tyler Warren this year, just to see what he has become. What has been the biggest change in his development from year 1 to year 2? Obviously, coming in as a rookie might be a lot, taking everything in and figuring out the NFL. But where do you see him now, and what are kind of the biggest differences between year 1 and year 2 for Tyler Warren so far?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there's huge differences. I think he's just a guy who gets better. You know, when he has a rep or has a certain play or gets a certain look, he's someone who remembers it and kind of does it from here on out, does it, differently, learns from it and makes progress. So he's just built up a number of reps and just a really smart football player, aware, knows where the space is, knows how to use leverage and get open. I mean, he's huge for one. He makes contested catches, all that stuff. So, it's a lot of the stuff he did well last year. I'd say he's doing it even better so far this year.
Hey, you better watch it. He'll take snaps, too. He'll get your ass in Wally Pitt. He'll get your ass out of there. I love that you're healthy, dude. I'm so happy for you. That had to be a miserable. Sorry, you probably had a super positive mindset. Okay, so don't let us bring you down, please. But from outside looking in, playing best ball, best team,
better offensive stats in the Peyton Manning era. Think about that.
Best of all time, and then it all gets kind of taken away from you with a broken leg and then a torn Achilles. But I guess that's all just fuel, right? Is that what was your mindset through it all? Just I got to beat today. What how do we get back there?
Yeah, I mean, I think initially, it was pretty tough there in Jacksonville in the locker room going in, realizing kind of what had happened. And like you said, the season we had going leading up to that, definitely a hard drop off there. But, you gotta turn around pretty quick. I think I did that and realized that I would be back. It was just a matter of time and putting in the work. And I think, I've had a couple of these rehabs now. I think if you do the work and pretty much do what they tell you to do, you'll be all right. It just takes a little time.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, there's a life lesson in there somewhere. You fucking listen. Somebody ain't listening. Last question here, Dimes. We appreciate you. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Danny, it's been a long time, obviously, since you were taking your first snaps as a rookie quarterback. And Fox, if you could throw that graphic up, we were talking about the young guys. We're talking about overreacting or reacting from these young guys and what we're seeing in these preseason games. What was the biggest benefit and what were you looking for early on in your career when you hit these preseason games as a young rookie quarterback? And then kind of where are you now? What are you trying to get from the preseason now in year 8?
Yeah, I mean, I think in being a rookie in the preseason, I think just the taking the first snap and making sure everything goes off smooth, you're executing well, running the offense, kind of operating were the biggest things that I remember looking for. And I think it's similar now. I think that's just kind of the way the preseason is, whether you're in training camp at joint practice or whether you're getting into the games. I think it's operating smoothly, executing well. Nothing in the preseason is going to be overly complicated or overly schemed up. So it's about, can you execute the basic stuff well in a competitive environment.
How do you feel about doing that now? You feel like you're executing the basic stuff? Is everything basic stuff now? Is that where we're at?
No, I think we're past the basic stuff at this point in training camp. We're into it. We got the Falcons coming in this week, so they do a lot of good stuff defensively. Got some good scheme for us, so we'll have to be ready for. But yeah, I think we're at a good spot.
It's awesome. D-But's coming up to practice.
Hell yeah.
Nice. What day are you going?
Wednesday.
Joint practice here against the Falcons.
Are you go?
Was that?
We're going, yeah.
Boots on the ground. We'll have reporters there live with our own cameras, so that we can post the highlights from the Colts as well in these joint practices.
Wins, yeah.
Yeah, we need some one-on-one wins on the internet. Stat. All right, Dimes, know that every single play of these joint practices, we're all overreacting to. Good luck. Don't lose any of them. You're the man.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Dimes.
I love that, man.
Yeah, pumped for you to experience camp. I think that'll be sweet.
What's that, pal?
I'm pumped for you to experience camp with this team.
Joint
you can check in on Alec Pierce, too.
Yeah, go Falcons team. So, really good measuring stick situation.
What's your problem?
What? I'm serious.
What is your problem?
What do you mean?
New regime. That's a good football program.
Well, I'm just a little bit worried about Matt Ryan coming back and knowing kind of all the ins and outs.
That's a good point.
Well, if you remember his time here.
Oh, yeah.
He
didn't know anything.
They were so bad.
He's a Navy SEAL, though. That's how they described him.
Yep.
No offense to any Navy SEALs.
Yeah, we lost that war.
That's offense. I love my troops. Please don't do that.
Okay, you got it. I won't. I absolutely won't. But I'm just saying that's how it was being described. And then we watched the season unfold, and it was like, man, looks like somebody doesn't know something in there. It's either them or him. One or the other.
Matty Ice in his boots.
Well, I think it was Matty iced out of the playbook, too.
Sure.
I think he potentially...
He was a little long in the tooth.
No!
That Thursday night against the Broncos, him and Russell Wilson was maybe the worst game in NFL history.
Yeah,
but it was on primetime.
It was.
9-6.
It was, yeah.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's on all those games, because he is junior NFL insider for ESPN, wrapping up this beautiful first hour of recapping of what the hell is happening around every preseason. Ladies and gentlemen, from the NFL Network and ESPN, and I believe, I don't want to do any spoilers, YouTube series.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport.
Let's go, Rap.
Kill LeBron James Golf Channel?
No,
Yeah,
Little
I don't-
People, Big World.
What?
Oh, shit.
What? Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, my
That's
God.
a real show.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Rap.
That's a great show.
That's a great show. I love
Shout
that
out
show.
Roll Off Farm.
I did not know that. Congratulations, Rap. We are proud of you. Obviously, finding a community of yours. Now, Rap, we're wrapping up kind of the football conversation that we're having, the training camps of sort. We've chit-chatted about a lot of things. What we have not talked about is the Von Miller signing to the Dallas Cowboys. We have not gotten a chance to really dive into that. Von Miller obviously was posting some workout videos. I think at one point he said he can roll out of bed and get you 8 sacks if you need it. I think we all have massive respect for who he is as a football player. Obviously, his resume is ridiculous. Multiple-time Super Bowl champion, has done great deals. He wants to be a GM in the future, loves the sport, loves the league. He was with the Commanders last year, had 9 sacks. Nobody's seen him. I didn't see any of those. I didn't see one of those. I had no idea that was the case.
It is unbelievable how many texts I got today of people being like, he had 9 sacks. I mentioned on TV, like, he had 9 sacks. Yeah, he had 9 sacks. Those are real.
So how do we get to this point here? Because it feels like, Jerry Jones was teasing a big move, and everybody said that's for Mad Max Crosby men, and instead it's Von Miller now coming in as a pass rusher for this Dallas Cowboys defense that's brand new, if you start looking at it, even from the defensive coordinator standpoint. Can you tell us about this? And were there other teams that were looking at Von?
No, I think when you get to this point in your career, and Von has had an unbelievable, almost certainly Hall of Fame career, you get to the point where it's like, you'd like to play, and if it's going to be for someone, it'd be for a certain amount of money. And if the money's not there, then you probably not play. That is sort of my, let me get to the center. There you go. That is sort of my sense. It was really just, are the Cowboys going to sign him, or is he not going to play for anyone, or maybe wait until there's a bigger injury? Now, he wanted to play for the Cowboys. He's basically working out across the street from their facility. He is in shape, as we could see. He gets a nice deal, $5.5 million on a 1-year deal. Max value is 7.5. But I think the best thing is, this is the Cowboys defense, you said it, is completely retooled. Got a new defensive coordinator people really like. Got a bunch of new players, including some we saw at the end of last year, guys like Quinnen Williams and such. But they hope to be a lot better. This is sort of like maybe the final piece. Not like the key cog. He'll be like a situational pass rusher. But, a guy who can come in and get a sack when you need it. And these final pieces are important for what should be a really good team, we think.
Yeah, I think we all have high hopes for the Dallas Cowboys, especially because the players are running more sprints after practice. Not just Shoddy forcing them to run more sprints afterwards. Feel like they're very committed. I think
good football.
I think there was something about tackles missed last year versus tackles missed this year being locked in. Obviously, the offense is going to do well. But you look at this graphic, I think it deserves conversation. That Micah Parsons gets traded out, to the Green Bay Packers. They got Micah, we got what we got, we tied. So who won? I don't know. Jerry Jones said one player is good, but 4 players is better. It's not just one player, and obviously not all these pieces were moved off of the trade. But Jerry understood, I think, that he wanted a brand new defense, seemingly, and he went and did that. D, but you mentioned it.
Yeah.
A lot of great football players on that graphic. Oh, yeah, and they also brought in George Pickens on the offensive side.
Yeah, the only, I guess, household names at this point probably Quentin Williams and Caleb Downs because of the hype and, everything he did at Ohio State. But, yeah, you look at both sides of this list, it's an unbelievable list. And up top, Christian Parker is one of the, bright young coaches that everyone feels great about. Obviously, coming over from Philadelphia, they won a Super Bowl a couple years ago from that Fangio tree. So I'm excited what this. We talk about the Cowboys obviously every preseason going into the season. But yeah, I'm excited about this roster and the coaches that are on this roster to get the best out of these players.
Here's a Hembo stat about the defense for the Cowboys last year. We've been tracking defensive efficiency for 2 decades now. 640.
Yeesh.
The Dallas Cowboys last year ranked 630 out of 640 over that span.
So bad.
0 to 100.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Shoddy said that's what it felt like too. And then Jerry said, "I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it." Everybody called me the dumbest person of all time. Moving on from Michael. Okay, his name's Michael, so it's not Micah, first of all. And then him just retooling, rebuilding the entirety. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys are for real. Let's move around. We got some other stuff to hit. Obviously, big one. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Rap, let's talk about Christian McCaffrey. He hasn't practiced in about a week with what they're calling tightness. Do you have anything on that? And there's some people on the internet who think his tightness may be coming from the Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs contracts because I think he's making 12.5 this year and they're making over 20.
Contractitis.
Maybe. So we'll see what Rap says.
Well, I have not heard specifically that his tightness is related to the contract. So I want to be clear about that. No one has said he's faking an injury because he wants a new contract.
I didn't say that either.
I noticed the timing as well, and things never.
We didn't say that. None of us said that, but they were saying contractitis potentially popping up here on the internet.
Well, no, that's what you said. You said faking and wants a new contract.
We didn't say that. We're just saying people are saying
reporting about reports.
That's what you're saying. That's what you heard. Or what we're just telling you that people are saying that that's potentially what's taking place. And I think people are saying that strictly because they're optimistic that Christian McCaffrey's healthy, right? We're thinking
it was
he's
Florio,
healthy?
by the way. Florio was the one that said it.
Florio, got it.
Jeez Louise. Howie didn't want to hear any of it.
No.
Okay, can we please chit-chat about Christian McCaffrey on whether or not he's I don't like if he's hurt. We don't like that at all. That's a completely different team if Christian McCaffrey's hurt.
I have not gotten the sense from anyone that there's anything concerning here with his injury. Now, might he want a new contract because the highest paid running backs are making almost double what he's making? And the last time he got a new contract, he was then the highest paid again on a 2-year deal. Possible. Sounds like there have been some sort of preliminary discussions on that. I don't get the sense it got far at all or anywhere, honestly. And if you're the 49ers, I mean, it's a legitimate question. It's about extending a running back in his 30s, but he's also one of your best players who was incredibly productive last year. Surely there's a sweet spot in there where they could make it make sense to him. But I noticed the timing as well. This is sort of what happens. A couple guys get paid, and then all the other really good players are kind of like, hello, I'm also really good. Shouldn't I be the highest paid now? And that kind of goes until the season starts, honestly. So I don't have anything definitive there, but certainly something that I was asking as well.
Oh, okay. So you were before we were even asking it, you were actually asking it. We were just saying that others were asking it. You were actually asking it. In this grandstanding Olympics that we're having right now, you're the bad guy, not us.
Okay? Oh, wait, I'm the bad guy?
Yeah. Yes, because you were saying contractitis. We were just saying other people were saying it. You were actually thinking it.
I was going to celebrate you being the bad guys.
Never.
Well, everybody's been doing that for like the last 3 weeks for me. So I hope you go ahead, celebrate it. I hope you do. But on that note, you actually, and I deserve it. Walk into it all. You, by the way, said you were asking the same question that others were asking that Tone referred to. So you tried to call Tone a bad guy. Actually, Tone was referring to you and the other bad guys that were potentially bringing that up. Just so we have that clear.
Idiot.
I'm a good man.
You're
bad man.
You're a bad man. You're not a good man.
Not a good man.
Right here.
That's what they're saying.
I
think he's a good man. Me and Rap should.
I like that picture that's above me. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, that was a good man when that photo was taken.
Yeah.
We don't know what had happened since then.
I look like a serious reporter in that picture. I like it.
No, I don't know, because you don't have a tie on, so.
Yeah.
And it does look like you joined that show still, you know.
Which show again?
I've never. You're talking about Little People, Big World?
Is that what?
Great show. It is a great show. I would recommend it to anybody.
Yep.
Yes.
Just so you can get a little bit better understanding of what life actually is like that. And I thank you, Rap. You're the absolute man for that. Okay, more questions about contracts and other things. I was big fan. I watched the roll.
It was a great show. It was a great show.
Oh, my God.
You really did watch that show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Bangers.
What was that? Once again,
Yeah.
not a good
Yeah,
man.
you're not a good man.
Whoa, not a
I
good
think
man.
they do a great job on that show. On
What do you mean they?
Hallmark? I don't know. What network is that on?
TLC, goddammit.
TLC had a run. Also, A&E had a run of,
Yep. Right.
of documentary
Yeah.
reality
Lifetime.
shows types thing. Lifetime had
Borders
a good
and
run.
stuff, yeah.
What was Pawn Stars on alongside the Detroit Pawn?
Spike TV?
Yeah, Spike had a great run as well.
They definitely
Is
syndicated
that still a
it.
thing?
What's that?
No, not anymore. Spike
Spike's still a
TV.
thing?
No.
No, they
No?
moved
Is
on.
it Chive now or something? What happened to Pimp My Ride?
That was on MTV. Great. Exhibit still doing
That was a
it.
good one. I like that one.
That was a good show.
Dude, Exhibit,
Cribs
by the
also.
way, he had that album. That was
yeah.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Exhibit, we need you back out there doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think now is a good time to get back into pimping of the rides. I would respect that. The History Channel also,
Sure.
Yeah, good one.
Aliens.
they had a good one there.
Yeah.
American Pickers.
1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh, man.
Exhibit just popped off with a great album and then just became a host, and that was it.
Great host. That'd be like you.
That was it.
I bet you loved Exhibit. He's like, call it what you want to call it.
I've seen him in
I'm
concert.
up getting alcoholic. Raps like this guy.
Yeah.
Seen him in
Speaking
concert.
to me.
This guy's talking to me.
Listen, that's what this is about. You got to find someone who reaches your soul with music.
Exhibit did that, I'm trying to do that right now. I think the only souls I'm reaching are people that are really talentedly mean. You know what I mean? That is something I'm reaching. Connor has a question for you, Rob.
Yeah, Rap Sheet, speaking of the McAfee situation and guys want to be the next highest paid, it does feel like that's where we're at with Christian Gonzalez. Witherspoon gets, 130 million, 101 guaranteed, and now Gonzo, who has the same agent as Witherspoon, is basically next in line. I'm not sure if he's practicing today. He did sit out of the joint practice last week with the Colts. What is the latest on Gonzalez, and should I be worried about this leaking into the season, or should this get done over the next 2-3 weeks before week 1 against Seattle?
All right, we'll start with the last part. I don't expect this to leak into the season. So either it will get done or it won't. But I don't believe this will be the kind of thing where the Patriots want to see something and then he goes out and plays great and they're like, okay, he deserves a new contract. No. They know he's a great player. When it gets done, he's going to be the highest paid. How much higher than Witherspoon? I don't know. I think that's a good question for his agent, who also is the same agent at Witherspoon, which can be certainly interesting because you do a highest paid for one and then the other's kind of wait a minute. But that's how it goes. One guy jumps the next guy. And a lot of times there are good contract, communications to let players know what's coming. He hasn't been practicing. You hope that his agent and the Patriots can get engaged and get something done. It shouldn't take very long. If Witherspoon is at 33 a year, Gonzalez should be around there a little higher. It can't be that complicated. So if cooler heads can prevail here, I would imagine it could get done pretty quickly.
Oh, cooler heads prevail, okay? We each got to give to find the spot. And
Just a little bit.
That's what it sounds like is happening in the middle of this whole thing.
Yeah, Rap Sheet. Also, are the reports true about him wanting to be the highest paid corner for like the next couple years? Like there was people saying he wants to get paid as if the salary cap has already gone up. Yeah.
You know, I saw that report, and I didn't really like delve too much into it, and I definitely don't want to talk about other people's reports. Could talk about other people wondering other things. That's fine, but other people's reports I stay away from.
Okay.
That's not really how contracts work. You know, like you basically get the most you can get. And then as the years go on, like the numbers are still what they are. Like you could, you know, if he wants, he could do like, you know, it's 35 a year in 2 years. It's 37 a year later. But like what people want is more money now, not more money later. Like the best case scenario would be all the money now. And then he makes, you know, $1 next year. Like you'd rather
and
have.
then they're
as much money
renegotiating
as
next year, baby. That's what that sounds like. Guaranteed money, however much it is. And the salary cap gymnastics in which you can do whenever you move it all up front to a signing bonus is obviously good as well. But if you don't have a lot of room in the cap, you can't be giving a shit ton out anyways. Like the Seattle Seahawks, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, they got the highest paid wide receiver and the highest paid corner on the roster. And you got a quarterback, right, who's probably going to be up after this season. He's going to want
next year. Yeah. Probably get a new contract next year. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like now Schneider's going to have to balance all that. If you have massive success, you have to balance that. If you suck, you're going to have to figure out how to get rid of the money that you spent. Now you got to figure out where to allocate it. It's not easy. It's not easy.
No, but this is why they're so good, though, is like they draft well and they do a great job of identifying who to pay and who to let go. So it's interesting, like who they let go in free agency, like McAfee, for instance, like go sign with the Bengals.
Kenneth Walker.
Right? Like Kobe Bryant, another one, like go sign with the Bears. You know, like they let some guys go. They didn't re-sign everyone. It's interesting.
Yeah, they let Kenneth go to the Chiefs. I mean, he was Super Bowl MVP, which was absolutely insanity. Good luck to them. Okay, Packers get a stud back. Go ahead, Ty. Last question.
Yeah, Rap Sheet, what's going on with Tucker Kraft and his potential extension? I think it's pretty evident that they do want to get something done before the start of the season. He just participated in 11-on-11, I think, for the first time yesterday, and he was kind of asked that, like, hey, why are you doing this when you don't have an extension yet? He didn't seem too worried about it, you know, maybe signaling that he knows something is going to get done. What is the latest on this?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you say like nothing exists in a vacuum. Like him now participating in 11-on-11, being as advanced as he is on his ACL, does kind of mean that if you were the Packers and you're waiting to see if he's healthy, like you've seen it. Like he's healthy, he's awesome. Like I don't think anybody would say like he's not deserving of a huge contract. Like, he is a great player. What's going to be interesting is how far the tight end market jumps. Like we saw a pretty good jump from the running back market now where like highest paid running backs are getting like $22, $23 million. The tight end market hasn't had that jump, right? I mean, you had Trey McBride kind of go from, I think it was 16 to 19, if I believe that's correct. But like the really good tight ends now, you got him, you got Laporta. Both are due for extensions. Both should really jump the market pretty good. So I'd say it's not really a question of like, does Tucker Kraft get a new contract? It's like, how high does he go? Because then you got a guy next year who plays for the Raiders named Brock Bowers, who's probably going to take it into the stratosphere a little more.
And then you have a guy after that named Tyler Warren, who's already a number one wide receiver, basically.
Another really, really good player.
Then we're going to have Christian McCaffrey situation, potential itis with a lot of tight ends. Because there's a lot of really good tight ends that are not getting paid nearly as much as positions that are literally right next to him and right next to him in the wide receiver and tackle world. Excited to see that position go. Also, pumped for you for your season. We appreciate the hell out of you, Rap.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support of my cat YouTube video that's coming. Make sure to all watch it.
That's your video?
It's not my video. There's a show called Shop Cats, which my cats are going to be on.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be pretty exciting. You can interview the cats. They just don't say very much.
Couple of big pushes.
They are a couple. Good. Good. Really good.
Oh, yeah.
Cats. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good man being Rap.
Yay, Rap Sheet.
We talked about the Devin Witherspoon and JSN deals there. Devin Witherspoon, the right guy to get that money? I mean, that's a ton of money out there at corner, obviously well earned. And the Island's positions have been paid for a while, but this is big cash. Good for him out in Seattle.
Yeah, when you talk about positional value, obviously drafting. So John Snyder did a great job drafting. So the first corner and the first wide receiver off the board. You look at the differences between the cornerback market and the wide receiver market just from this graphic. But yeah, if you watch the film, you watch the tape, you just watch the game on Devin Witherspoon. Like, he impacts the game from blitz, and we saw it in the Super Bowl. We saw it all the way throughout his career. 3 times, 3 years, 3-time Pro Bowler. He can blitz. He can tackle in the backfield. He can tackle down the field. And he can cover his ass off, which is priority number 1 as a corner. And you talk about versatility. They got Nick Emenwari out there who does a ton of things on the back end. This is another guy who can play inside. He can play outside. He can communicate. He's a big-time playmaker, definitely a pillar of this defense for a long, long time to come.
Big money. You know, we're trying to look up stats. Well, what was his pass breakups? Well, it's actually passes defense. How many interceptions he got? Well, how many forced fumbles he got? It's like, the stats aren't really going to tell the story. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler for a reason. Okay, the guy's everywhere. Just know that he's absolutely everywhere.
All pro last year.
And Schneider loves him. And JSN, is 2023 the greatest draft of all time?
It's up there.
The 2023 draft, if you were to go through it, it's like stud, 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 stud. Is that all the ball? We shall see. We're back on the other side with Dan Orlovsky.
Yes.
Be your friend, tell a friend something nice. Goodbye.
Rest in peace to the greatest dog of all time, Valor.
Wake up in the morning, smoking coffee, no cream. Scroll the feed, see some tweets or some crazy ass scenes. Trying to get to some money with our Powerball dreams. Cause when bills start stacking, we all feel the heat. We all hate the same folks, mostly lame bros. All the ink Karens need go back where they came from. Cause we living, baby, we gotta get it daily. Wish we'd all spark up and light up all the shady. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some can-who are shooters and some folk who are movers. And a buddy down the county running roughshod. We all got problems and bullshit that we go. System missing the mark, leaving us doing the most. From the burbs to the country, all the way to the hood. We can all get along and motherfucker we should. We all hate the same folks, mostly lame bros. All the ink Karens need go back where they came from. Cause we living, baby, we gotta get it daily. Wish we'd all spark up and light up all the shady. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some can-who are shooters and some folk who are movers. And a buddy down the county running roughshod. Different paths, similar scars. Avoid bullshit, it's so hard. So raise your smoke, whatever's your drink. We're more alike than we think. Forget the labels and the hate, they divide and conquer. We're all on the same rock together, we should wander. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some can-who are shooters and some folk who are movers. And a buddy down the county running roughshod. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some can-who are shooters and some folk who are movers. And a buddy down the county running roughshod.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, UP. Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Overreaction Monday, August 17, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now. Football is the greatest, and obviously preseason football is in full go. We got storylines developing. We got injuries taking place. Is there contractitis running wild across a couple positions? Potentially. Obviously, the sports world continues to give as Scotty Scheffler wins the St. Jude Championship down in Memphis as the first round of the FedEx Cup playoffs cuts 70 people down to 50 for this upcoming weekend. Scotty Scheffler murdered everybody.
Yeah. Dog.
Had a lead on Sunday. Extended the lead on Sunday, played the best round on Sunday. See you later. Got screwed.
Yeah.
Maybe the most out of anybody in the history of a Sunday performance. Out of the sand, Scotty Scheffler, perfect shot. Oh no, sprinkle ahead. Is not a soft roll. All the spin gone. Big bounce. Where's it headed? Water. Let's force this guy to have a bogey here to start this entire thing. And instead, Scotty Scheffler just bounced back as an AI machine, gets a big-time dub. So not only does he win the regular season, now he wins the first round of the playoffs, heading into the next round, and then the Tour Championship next weekend. Could he win the quadruple crown? Maybe. It's never been done before. If he was the man to do it, obviously we'd all say that makes sense. As we've watched his family grow since little lads around the 18th green as they've been celebrating their dad being the best golfer at a tournament on the weekend. Beautiful thing. The WNBA has records being set in Indianapolis, Indiana, as we have 4 superstars leading the Fever, probably to a title and a definite parade. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. She pulled up from, Idaho against Atlanta this weekend a couple of different times. Her last 10 games have been crazy, averaging over 25 points a game, hitting a bunch of threes, had a bunch of rebounds. The last, to end the game, she gets a rebound, throws that thing to the opposite end of the court, bounces, almost goes in.
Oh.
Okay, so now she's doing trick shots to kind of win games. She's obviously outrageous. Kelsey Mitchell in the Hallies, Team Hallie. She has 19 straight games with 20-plus points. Aaliyah Boston, you wonder, she's max contract, obviously, for the Indiana Fever, former first-round pick. Yeah, she's going crazy. And then Sophie Cunningham is obviously just everywhere she goes, doing right here. What? And then bucket. So, I mean, the Fever are dominant. The most offensive, efficient team
Certainly.
in the history of the WNBA.
They're not going to let them win, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're the most offensive, efficient team in the history of the WNBA, the Indiana Fever. And we're getting a parade here in Indianapolis for it, so go on, ladies!
Oh, yeah.
Come on! I don't know why Angel just doesn't dunk it. You know, feels like that would change everything. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One over the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tony's here. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler's here.
Yes, sir.
I like the tuxedo pants.
That's what I said.
Appreciate you.
Big day.
They're just sweats. It's always a big day.
Overreaction Monday?
Yeah.
You know who's joining us right now?
Yeah.
College football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Hawk. Have you seen the Fever, the most offensive, efficient team in the history of the WNBA?
Yeah, I did. I have been seeing them pop up all over the place. It seems like they seem to be playing some good ball.
Oh, good ball. Star-studded. Just kind of letting it happen. Hey, here's the trip. Boom. Boom.
When's the finals?
Next week, I think.
Yeah,
are we
I
in
think like September.
Cool.
During football season.
Yeah, it's like September, October.
So we'll be watching football.
It also doesn't matter.
for
There's,
yourself.
there's no way the league is going to let them win the title.
Well, you talking about the most offensive team in the league?
Yeah, the league will implode before they allow the Fever to win a title. Just based on everything I've seen kind of throughout the course of this year.
You don't think they want Sophie Cunningham holding that thing up like this?
I think there's a better chance that they finish with, the third best record in the league, and they just say, new Engelstone commissioner bylaw.
Engelbert.
You guys don't make it to the playoffs.
Her name is Engelbert.
I'm going to keep calling her Engelstone until she gets control of her league.
Well said.
And it sounds like I'm going to be calling her Engelstone forever.
Who are they suing? The Cubs right now?
Have they started playing defense yet?
Everybody?
They are suing the Cubs. Crazy work.
I'm a Fever fan. I don't have a South Florida team to root for yet, so I'm a Fever fan.
Me too.
I just
Me too.
Because Tyrese said they got to play defense.
They do.
I spent $40,000 on season tickets to the Fever, so just would like that to be known out there. Every time we start talking about stuff, stuff, I'd say, stop and get to those games. They're all sold out. Ain't nobody going to all sold out games anyway. Yogi Berra and people that hate on the Indiana Fever. Joining us now is a guy who probably does that. Now that I think about it,
definitely.
This guy.
Well, he's a Connecticut Sun guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably.
Or Phoenix. Tarasi was.
They're classmates, probably.
We are big fans of Diana. I would like that to be known on the record. She'd be a great Fever player.
She would. Maybe head coach.
Oh.
You're spitballing.
Oh. Stephanie White came out. She's in the fire now.
Yeah. Kindness will win the day.
Which
kind of did.
And it did.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
good.
That was a speech?
Yep.
I kind of ad-libbed a little bit, but that was the sentiment of what she said.
I don't think
And look how the ladies responded.
And do you remember what if people don't think?
Yeah, then go to hell.
Okay, I like that.
It was sick. It was too much.
Sometimes you got to force that on people.
Exactly.
And I respect it. And if you remember, Sophie and Caitlin came out and said, enough with the talking about our coach.
Yeah.
And look what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Winning ball game.
I love sports, man. Bring people together. Anything can bring people together, actually. Even if it's the most divisive things of all time, can actually bring people together, which is why sports are the greatest. Sports also provide people to find out if they're right or not, Every once in a while, you get a chance to step into a batter's box, take a huge bat out of the bag, and swing as hard as you possibly can, especially on every single show that you're on, and say something that goes completely against what everybody else is thinking, and everybody calls you a doofus for a while. Then you get a chance to see a preseason football game, and you get a chance to be vindicated.
Either one.
Vindicated in a big way. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is guys who've been doing a victory lap since the LA Rams preseason game ended the other night. A guy who said Ty Simpson's the best quarterback in the draft class. And I'll tell you what, Fernando Mendoza's definitely that, but Ty Simpson had a hell of a game. Joining us now to talk about not only Ty, but everything else happening around the NFL, Mr. Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Look at that face. He was so happy.
I have not taken any victory lap in any facet.
Okay, you've been glowing all morning. You wore your radiant silver suit today. You've been doing it a little bit.
Silver?
What color is it?
Financial advice.
It's like it's like a khaki or something like
cream.
Tan?
Yeah, cream.
Well, you were glowing in it, whatever the case, and because that kind of has a little bit of a radiant silver there, I see. But I understand, maybe not. Maybe it is just a basic Dan tan, whatever the case. I know you're pumped up about what Ty Simpson did. Can we please talk about it? Ty Simpson showcased to the world. Obviously, the Rams knew this. The Rams had been telling Ty, hey, don't tell anybody we've met with you, except for Dan Orlovsky maybe. But whatever the case, they believed in Ty from the very beginning as being a guy. You believed in him. What did you see from him? What does this mean, you think, going forward with the Rams? And what are some other takeaways that we should be looking at here?
Yeah, I thought on the stuff that is scheme-wise really important in the Rams offense, he operated at a high clip. So their movement game, their keeper game, their bootleg game, really good. Their choice game, where they give multiple options to their receivers and they're reading the coverage, really smart. Their 3-by-1 stuff where he's got to fit balls into seams. And then kind of like the decision-making that has to happen now, their play-action pass underneath center crosser game. So the stuff that, in part, I really liked that he did in college, that was a major of what they really got into as that second half got going. And so I thought the decision-making and then those kind of intermediate throws and then the now stuff that have to happen at the top of the drop, he was really good in. So kind of what I would have hoped if I were the Rams, that he would go out and execute at a high level. He did. The decision-making was done at a really high clip.
Hey, Dan, and we need to let you know, congratulations on that happening. Like, actually.
Baby Dano.
Because if he comes out there and shits the bed, man, you are getting it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be loud.
Yeah, it's going to be very loud. But instead, he slices, he dices. Now, granted, who's he playing against, who's he playing with is a big part of the conversation piece. But we want to give you your flowers, Orlovsky, for this. Now, we still don't think what you were saying on our show is accurate. Like, I still think Fernando's a guy. I still think he is the guy. I think he was a clear number one guy, and I didn't think he was getting the respect of a guy who was clear number one overall pick. But I think the heat that you took, not only from us, with how much you complimented Ty Simpson, but everybody, I'm happy he showed up in the way that he did, and I'm happy it happened the way that, yeah, exactly, yeah. Because if it goes the other way, think about us, think about just us, let alone everybody else on the internet, in which how active they are.
Tone still, for some reason, needed to go on to somebody's comment.
I was very boozed up. I was very boozed up.
Yeah.
Oh, were you? You have a good time?
Oh, yeah, we had a great time. Yeah, we're celebrating the bones. We're
I
celebrating
actually said
the
that
bones.
this morning, Dad. I said if I wasn't boozed up, I probably would have done that.
He said he got home. He said he got home after the bone celebration, and it was great. Miss Kendall, I think, did an incredible job on setting that entire thing up. We had a blast down there. Showed up for the bone, had a good time for the bone. And then Tone went home, saw a tweet, and said, all right, I got to respond to this. And
enough is enough.
He did regret it because we're not anti-Ty Simpson. Like, we were never anti-Ty. We're like, Ty, good player. We liked Ty. Just Dan saying he was better than Fernando, we thought was absolutely absurd with everything that Fernando had accomplished. But nonetheless, however it ended up being, the narrative or what it was, you are tied to Ty Simpson forever. So I am happy that Ty Simpson played well, and I'm excited to see what the future is for Ty Simpson. Now, fourth quarter preseason game, especially the first one, who's on the field, who's not on the field. There's something going on in Cleveland. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Dana, what do you make of the Cleveland quarterback situation? We saw Deshaun Watson get extended action for the first time in a while. Obviously, Shador is doing what he is doing. How does this play out? And I guess, opening day starter, who do you think that is? But also, what's it look like 10, 12 weeks into the season?
Yeah, so one, I have been in the play Shador camp, really all offseason, certainly this summer, because Cleveland has publicly declared to us, hey, we traded Myles Garrett, where 2026 is not the most important thing to us. Now, do the players and coaches abide by that? No, they never have, they never will. But when you trade away your best players, sitting there saying, okay, the future is really on, the horizon for us, obviously new stadium. So I've been like, play Shador. You don't know what he is. He could be a part of your future. Deshaun more than likely not going to be that. I don't watch practice every day, but just going off of preseason game one, Deshaun has the advantage. Number one, Deshaun started the game. So he had the first opportunity to throw the first kind of punch, plant his flag in the ground first. I would tell you, I thought he saw the field clean. The ball came out quickly. He was decisive. I thought he played with pretty good urgency. There was a couple decisions that were checkdowns that were smart off some broken plays. I have one or two clips where I'd sit there and say, dang, Deshaun, you should be past holding on. I thought that there was just urgent quarterback. With Shador, I would tell you, there's still stuff with Shador good. He starts the game under center. There's a nice play action pass on a deep out. There's a shot down the field versus all out pressure that I sit there and say, I like that. But then you go down into the red zone and there's two consecutive decisions where you sit there and go, I need you to play more urgent. I need you to play more urgent. I need you to play more urgent. That's that all out pressure clip. But there's still, you just want it's a physical thing where I want you to play faster. I want you to play twitchier. The second and third downs, both down in the red zone, he takes off scrambling. And then this is a check down. There's a guy open in front of him where he moves in the pocket and gets it out. They don't convert on fourth down on that drive. So that second and third down decision, you sit there and go there's a shallow right in front of you, so I just want more urgency from Shador. So, I would tell you that off of one game that all I'm going off of, not going off of every day in practice, I'm not there. I would tell you Deshaun has the advantage, and it looks like a clear advantage to me.
Well, and Shador's going to be with the ones now going for the next preseason game. A little bit different on who you're playing with, when you're playing with them. Shador has brought a spark to that Browns team. His stats never looked good, though. Like last year, he brought a spark, a good vibe, and then the stats would be okay, we can't put stats on here and compliment Shador because everybody's going to kill him. So maybe with the ones here for the next preseason game, he'll be able to showcase what he is.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, if
this
Deshaun's...
is what I would...
Go ahead.
Yes. But this is, and I've said this to you guys and all the time, like, it's not just about the end result in the preseason, because, again, you don't know who you're with and who you're against. It's just really what it looks like. And I still, this is one game with Shedeur, it's like, I want you to play just more sudden at the top, more twitchier at the top, more urgent at the top of the drops. And from the top of the drop, ball come out, top of the drop, ball come out, top of the drop, ball come out. And so there's just, now that ball floats, I think, because of, it sounds, be potential of a sweat on the ball, but it's more like the suddenness at the top.
Shedeur said it slipped.
Ball slips. It happens.
Shedeur said it slipped. Yeah.
But also, I think what Dan's saying is his timing there. Also, you know what else slipped was Dahn. But he's with the threes. He's with the threes. Who knows who's in the right spot? Let's just watch this thing unfold, okay? Don't be catching Todd Monken in any bullshit either, okay? He doesn't want any piece of it. But if Deshaun Watson is back to playing football like Deshaun Watson, which you're saying there's a couple decisions he makes where, you think to yourself, how are you still making those decisions at this stage of your career? But there was a time in Deshaun's career 5 years ago, okay? 4 or 5 years.
He's unreal.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
So if Todd Monken can tap into any of that, or the Cleveland Browns may be a good team to latch your Dan wagon to and say maybe a problem in the AFC.
On the up and up.
The issue with the AFC is there's only 1,000 good teams in them. One of them has an alien at quarterback. Actually, go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Dan, Josh Allen got some run this weekend and looked really, really good. They were dialing up. There was wide receivers running wide open. What did you think about his performance and DJ Moore being added to that wide receiver group and then them going forward with Shakir and DJ Moore and Kincaid and all the boys?
Yeah, one, there was a clear emphasis of them going from underneath the during the play action pass game, which is steadily improved and increased under Joe Brady. So I would expect a ton of that. Two, the connection with DJ Moore is apparent. There's an out route. Yep. So like the timing of that is very good for a new group. There's a corner route where they go play action. Josh peeks to the bottom, gets the corner to jump up. And then there's DJ Moore there as well. So like you can see that they're seeing it the same way. There's the same one. So this is why this D-Butt knows this as well. Why I like the out in that corner route, because that corner route could be at 18, it could be at 16, it could be a flat angle, it could be a higher angle. And so for DJ to see it off the top of that cut, the same way that Josh sees it, because Josh nudges the corner, is really well done.
Huge.
And, this is Josh being Josh, but, if that group steps forward and DJ continues to be a guy that we've seen over the course of his career, this offense will once again be one of the best.
That's just Josh being Joshy. Just Josh. That's the best decision maker, top 2 decision maker in all of NFL there, football. He did. Right. Hey, there was a little bit of a hit on Josh Allen where you go, whoa, we don't like that in a preseason game. New State loved DJ Moore calling somebody out in the first preseason game saying, let's do a tackling drill. I certainly like that. It reminded me of a guy who was a running back for the Carolina Panthers, then traded over to the Niners, looking for contact at all times. A little bit of a situation kind of brewing there. Go ahead, Con.
Yeah, Dano, it feels like the only news we've had out of 49ers camp is this guy's hurt, maybe George Kittle's back, he looks good, but everyone else is hurt. Now we're seeing McCaffrey out with a general tightness, and we all kind of got flashbacks to when the Achilles tendonitis popped up a couple years ago, and he missed the first, 12 weeks of the season. Are you, at this point, concerned about the 49ers? I don't know how everyone else is really feeling, but it feels like they're in the Super Bowl champions division. Then they're also in the Rams division, and the AFC West has a pretty tough schedule this year. Are you worried about the 49ers season this year, and what is kind of your expectation when it comes to them?
I think anybody holds their breath about the 49ers, just because we've seen this couple-year stretch of them dealing with what feels like outrageous injuries. And so there's the history of the injuries, and those often don't happen year after year, but for some reason it feels like it's been the case for San Francisco more often than not recently. And so I think we're all just holding our breath to being like, okay, hopefully all their guys are able to get to the season healthy and stay healthy. I'll go back to last year. I remember early on in last year, because of the injuries, in September, late September, one of the things I kept kind of talking about was, can McCaffrey really carry this burden, this workload? I think through September last year, he had his highest amount of carries through that first 4 games, or touches, excuse me, for the first 4 games. Look at that, just the amount of touches that they had, and how old. And so is there a wear and tear on that? So like, yeah, I think there's that level of just caution with them. That being said, the Stribling young man looks like an absolute champ. I mean, he looks like a stud at the wide receiver position. And so I'm not telling everybody I think he's going to be the same player, but I could see him having a similar usage and impact that Puka had in LA his rookie year, where all of a sudden you go into late November, early December, he's got 80+ targets and pushing 1,000 yards.
On that note, D-Bud has one for you.
Yeah, these rookie wideouts. You talk about Puka, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors. I feel like those are kind of the rare guys who step into that wide receiver 1 role and kind of hit the ground running. Which wide receiver in this year's draft do you think is in the best situation, best position? You got Boston, obviously, in Cleveland. You got Jordan Tyson over in New Orleans. You got Mekhi Lemon in Philly. Like, which one of these guys?
Casey Concepcion in Cleveland.
Kobe Lane. Concepcion.
So who'll be the guy that you think?
Concepcion.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the guy that popped the most on tape is Stribling, and right there would be Concepcion. Concepcion looked awesome on tape. He looked awesome this past weekend, and the way that they're using him. Will his performance be as remarkable as maybe some of the other guys? Because obviously the question marks at quarterback in Cleveland, but Concepcion looked great on tape. I mean, he looked sudden. He looked juiced up, the different usage that they got him. So I liked him. Jacoby Lane, I really liked his tape. I also think he's going to be a big part of their offense. Everyone knows Zay is awesome, and Bateman in Baltimore has had some really good moments and then some health concerns. But Jacoby's frame just immediately stood out, and then some of the strength in the catch reminded me of Hopkins. DeAndre, big praise. He's not going to be DeAndre or unlikely to be Hop, but just the lengthy frame, the way he plucks the ball, the way he feels space down the field, and the way the frame just kind of stood out. So I think Jacoby Lane, not only from, some of the impressions that are on tape, but also I just believe he's going to have to be an important part of their pass game. So those would be the 2 guys that I thought stood out this weekend the most, along with Stribling, in San Francisco.
Isn't it fascinating? Some of these really good college players, like the last time we saw them, they played so good. Yep. Just can't in the NFL just look like they're amateur.
It's crazy.
It kind of goes back to what Dan
some guys look good, obviously.
Yeah, it was about what Dan was saying about DJ Moore. Because so much of it is seeing the game the same way as your quarterback, or the same way as the coach, and being on that same page. So you can have everybody that's playing on these field. I don't care if you're the 4th-string guy. You have the athletic ability to be on the NFL football team or to be in the locker room. But that split second of, okay, is it split safety? Is it middle close? Do they rotate late? How did this corner bite up on the check down, the look? So all those things. The reps with your quarterback, the reps within the system, understanding why you're doing certain things. That's why you have the rare occurrence where a guy just steps in and he's the number 1 guy. So even Ibuka, he hit the ground running, but once defense starts scheming up for you, things get different. It's so much tougher. So that's kind of between the ears. You always hear people talking about be a pro, and that's every position. But when you're talking about wide receiver, you got to be on the same page with that guy that's back at quarterback, being the trigger man. So that's the biggest thing, I think.
Go ahead, Dano.
I think for rookie receivers, your intelligence matters more than your physical ability. Because to D-Butt's point, for these rookie receivers, I'll go back to Puka's rookie year. And I remember it was against the Colts, which was one of his breakout games. I remember watching Puka at the top of his routes. Puka would always get to the top of his routes, and the first thing that would move would be his head. And it was often, if he was running like an in-breaking route, you would see his eyes and his vision get to where he was going for the body would be, and you could, it was clear he was looking where he was going to see, okay, is this guy coming towards me? Am I going to run past him? Is he moving away from me? Do I want to sit down? Is it man? Do I have to set it at the top? And so that takes a high level of intelligence. And so for some of these receivers, like a Jacoby Lane under Declan Doyle, just the awareness of okay, I've got this in route. It's at 18 yards. What does Lamar expect? Does Lamar want me to cross face more? Does he want me to go flatter? Does he want me to go more vertical? Does he want me to use my – so there is such a a deep level of understanding that these rookie receivers have to know, because when that ball leaves the quarterback's hands, we have to trust, these quarterbacks have to trust these young players that you're going to be where I expect you to be all the time. Because, like, if they're not, it leads to turnovers.
Yeah, of course. I thought it was very aggressive with the way your service has been to do a full show and tell there with Puka, but we got a good portion of it, 75, 80% of that. But I think we understood what you were saying. Puka was doing the right, smart football stuff, looking for what he was reading. That meant he was good. Did you see the ball that was thrown there?
That was a dart.
Did you see that ball that was thrown there, Dana, where you don't want to give any love to the quarterback here? You don't want to give any love?
Was that the kid from UConn?
Yeah. The kid from UConn?
Joey Fagano, baby.
Joey Fanano.
Oh! Joey Fanano with an absolute mozzarella strike. Right there to Jacoby Lane.
Pastrami on right.
Jeez, Dano, the most prolific UConn quarterback of all time, can't even just give Fanano a little bit of grazie, prego for what he just accomplished right there. Jay Fanano in his NFL preseason debut, 22, 28, 224. Led Ravens on 3 scoring drives. You tell me.
So
that pick wasn't his fault either.
No,
of course
not. No, went off.
Of course not. Fanano ain't doing nothing wrong.
No, you sweat on the ball.
All right, we appreciate you. Come on.
I mean, just come on. You telling me, come on to whoever to that excuse, but that's fine.
No, come on.
All right, Joey Fanano says, grazie, Dan Orlovsky, for putting the Dan wagon not only on him, but also on Ty Simpson and having a phenomenal first preseason game. Do you think Matty Stafford needs to maybe think about...
Might blow up their team.
You know what I mean?
Nah, dude, no. I was asked that question in a dead serious fashion. And I was just like, is this real?
Well, that's what you were kind of doing during the draft.
Dan.
That's kind of what you were. That's a part of the whole thing.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was. You're saying during the draft process, I was saying Matthew Stafford needs to look over his shoulder.
But if he would have won anywhere other than the Rams with Matthew Stafford, with your relationship with Matthew Stafford, I think a lot of people right now would be saying, we need this guy to get some action. He needs to get a look. Yeah, that's what you would be saying. Yeah, that's what
I
everybody
would not
thinks.
be saying that.
Okay, respect. Okay, I do appreciate that. Hey, there were some quarterbacks taking some hits. Did you see the preseason money shot?
Oh,
yeah, you got QBs going down. This makes you go, look here.
Are those Sonic coins?
Sonic coins, yeah. Whenever you get hit, you kind of lose.
Sonic coins.
Josh Allen here,
Great
6-year,
game.
$330 million quarterback for Buffalo, brand new stadium. First drive down. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Get his ankles, get his knees out of there. That led to a field goal, 3-0 for the Buffalo. Oh my God. That's what Bino is saying up there.
Yeah.
$330 million. And then just later in the series, oh my God. Okay, that's $330 million. You got to think that the entire time. Let's go to another quarterback who obviously has a history of this. Joe Burrow, first preseason drive. Let's start this thing off early. Let's not have a slow start. Swallowed. Oh my God. Okay, he's good though. He's good. He would get up. Oh my God.
He was stretching later though.
That's there was some stretching going on, but that might just be happening.
Sure.
Fine.
Obviously likes to stay limber. Then let's go down to a quarterback that maybe started going down there in Carolina. That's a pretty good football team, right? Bryce Young currently on a $64 million. Oh my God, it needs.
That one was almost.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Oh my God, it's hard not to think that immediately upon the tackle happening. Oh my God. Thank God it's real grass up there.
Yeah.
Thank God it's real grass up there. Dano, we don't like any of these shots to any of these quarterbacks. Let's go to, obviously, young gun, Fernando Mendoza, athlete, scans the field. Oh my God. Quadruple team. Go ahead and get swallowed in there.
Yeah, I don't like any of the quarterbacks getting hit in the preseason.
Yeah, that's why. Oh my God. Yeah,
Jackson Darts.
That's one of those ugly ones. And then let's go to Cam Ward, obviously quarterback for the Titans here, going to extend the play, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's get to the regular season.
Yeah, all these things, Dan.
I'd love to see Tennessee's offense play a little bit better. Did not look good.
Okay, and then obviously this one's the one everybody's talking.
This one. What are we doing?
Some big-time money shots there. That's a $17 million deal. He is
running back. We got.
Jeez Louise.
Trying to get out that pass.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He was trying to get out. He's like, shit, I gotta.
Want to get loose, and all B-Flow said, listen, if this guy wants to go out, you run your face through Jackson Dart's fucking chest. And he did just that.
Yep.
Yes,
That's the downside skin protection. That's the Dahn's status skin protection. Dahn's.
Yeah, all right. So your internet's actually kind of dying right now. Dan Orlovsky, thank you.
Yeah,
A lot of money.
Yeah, ton.
A lot of money getting hit right there, AJ. That's
Think they'll adjust next week?
Who? All the players or just the teams or what? Because
some of the teams with big money quarterbacks, like I don't know, maybe play them less or say like at all costs get rid of the ball, like do not take a hit.
Hey, we're going 12 personnel here. Okay, we're going 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Let's try to get our shit in. Okay, let's get a couple passes. Let's do some success. But we don't need Bryce Young almost blowing out his knee in the first preseason game after the first successful year they've had in forever. Now, he has to play. Obviously, these guys have to play. But I think I fall a little bit more in the McVay camp of let's get these guys to the regular season.
So would that be your philosophy? Because we talk about the starting fast and being ready, and then we see Josh Allen, Andy Reid always plays Mahomes. Probably not this year because of the knee, but that was always the thing. What would be your philosophy?
I think second preseason game I'm having the guys play. Okay, I think we're doing like a first half.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing the whole first half.
Yeah.
We're coming out. We're doing warm ups. We're doing into the thing. We're doing the whole first. We're coming out first series in the second half too. Okay, because we need to work the halftime into the first series, second half. First and third game they're not in. Just that second game.
Just one game.
Yeah, we're doing the whole first half. We're coming into the first series of the second half as well. So we work warm up into the first half. We work coming out of halftime, and we get everybody the hell out of
Conditioning too.
Yeah.
How much does joint practices, like if you've done 2 joint practices, do you have to play them at all?
So I'm only signed up for 1 joint practice, and maybe that's the third week. Maybe that is the third week leading into camp, leading into the season. Nobody's playing in that game after the joint.
What about Coach Hawk?
Yeah, what are you doing, Hawko?
I think it depends on the team you have, especially like your quarterback situation. And that's the thing, though. If you don't play if you want to play your starting quarterback, your starting offensive line has to play. So that's the thing. That's how it all kind of goes together, I think. But I don't know. I think I would lean towards sitting them because, when it's week 10, we're not saying, hey, if they would have played a little bit more in the preseason, these guys would have been okay. You usually don't think that.
Yeah, I understand we got to get some reps off. We got to get some shit. That's why I think one game we're doing some stuff. The other ones, my guys that I got money invested in, and the season depends upon.
Yeah,
I would let's make it.
That's why football doesn't work that way. That's why football. We talk about the All-Star game or the Pro Bowl. You can have an All-Star basketball game. You can play basketball. You can't play football 75%. You can't play trying to not get hurt. So that's why the preseason is kind of a weird situation. There's no right or wrong way to go about it.
Agreed. You're obviously finding gems too through the preseason games, but then there's some guys or some teams like the Bengals start so slow. It's well, you should do something in preseason maybe, and it's all right, we'll try that. And then the first drive, Joey Burrow's taking the shot that he would have taken week 1.
Get him out of there! What are you doing?
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is either. I know I don't want to see Daniel Jones on the field. I don't want to see him on the field at all. I can't wait for week 1 to see Daniel Jones come back out as an Indianapolis Colt, but I assume he would like to get some, right?
For sure. That'd be his first time facing live rush. It'd be week 1.
Had the Patriots practice, about to have the Falcons joint practice, so he is getting some of that, but I don't want to see him on the field before the money actually starts in this entire thing, but he probably wants to. So you got to balance so many different. There's so much shit going on.
So each player's probably different. Each quarterback, each lineman, to what you guys are talking about, like Mahomes or Dan Jones, they probably do want to get back out there. And granted, Mahomes was playing week 15 when he got hurt, but still, just to feel it at least. Maybe not take a complete sack. I know Joe Burrow early on was like, hey, I got to get hit and just to get back into the game and to feel it. But I also saw a clip from 2010 where Brady was throwing touchdowns to Randy Moss with 5 minutes left in the third quarter of the preseason.
That was probably game 3.
Yeah, right? So that's probably the one then you would expect guys to go out.
So that's not game 2.
So
there used to be 4 games.
Yeah.
Game 3 was the actual, what I described, the first half, first series.
Yeah.
That was the game 3 of that was how everybody viewed game 3 of the preseason. And then I think people started stealing games before then. They started pushing more. Then I assume guys that mattered got hurt more. And then all of a sudden the whole narrative is yeah, right.
What are we doing?
We're not doing any of that.
Sports science kind of got more involved. By the time we left the league, that's when every team kind of had a sports science, nutritionist or whatever, changing the food. Hey, no more ice cream Saturday night.
Guardian calf.
Trackers,
catapult. Trackers all over the place.
Sports bras. Everybody put a sports bra on so we could track loads. Load management
is
happening out there.
Which breaking news.
Hey, Jeff Fisher used to do it different. So Jeff Fisher used to have them play the fourth game. Their starters would play. They would treat the fourth game like the third game. We would play the Titans when I was in Green Bay, always the fourth week, and their starters would be in like into the third quarter.
Get it
What?
Dub. Get a dub high. Get it.
Jeff Fisher, baby.
That's crazy. I know the Giants used to start their guys in the fourth quarter. I mean, the fourth preseason, but it would only be like maybe 1 or 2 drives because we all in New England was always New England, and then the Giants. And I remember Eli coming out like Eli starting in fourth preseason game, but into the third quarter is crazy.
That is crazy. Who knows what the preseason games become? There's going to be 2 of them here in the next CBA.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 of them because remember the NFL will give up a preseason game for another regular season game. No problem. No problem about that. They're like, that's not the. Well, yeah, you guys said it. No pads and OTAs. You guys said it.
Those are the rules.
We're trying to help you guys out. Player safety for sure. Just need another, 6 primetime games we can sell. Just one more weekend.
Please.
And it's bye week, right? 2. You guys want more? Yep. 2 more weeks. Okay, 6. We got 8 primetime games now that we can sell again, and it's all going to go 2 preseason games. And it's like, well, will that go down to 1? What will that become? Will it just become joint practices? We shall see. Preseason's fascinating for all the sports, especially college football, because literally all you can judge upon is a roster that has been created either through recruiting or the transfer portal nowadays. And there is rankings out. The second AP poll has been announced about an hour and 40 minutes ago. Has there been any changes, Tone Diggs, to the top 25 from last week to this week?
Yeah, so it's the first AP top 25 polls this week. Last week was the coaches poll. And the only change is that the coaches and the AP had was Notre Dame and Texas flipped as far as the top 10 there. This top 3 are the same: Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, and then Notre Dame and Texas coming in at 4 and 5. The top 7 in both of them were consensus, rounding out with IU and Miami. And then you kind of get into, those 8, 9, 10. It's all SEC teams in both of the pools. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, and A&M, they were flopped a little bit. But as far as the consensus, the top 7 are the consensus. The top 3 were the consensus in both pools. But those are the teams you're looking at right now, with the top 2 being a Big Ten.
Okay, congrats to all these teams. Basically winning a title.
Yep.
Yeah, they did it.
Hey, Ryan Day was excited to hear that. They were number 1. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, ESPN college football legend and analyst and author with a book coming out called Never Flinch. Friend of the program, Heather Dinich.
Yeah, Heather.
How you doing, Heather? Congrats on the book.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
When's it come out? When can we buy this? And how long did it take to write?
You can pre-order it now, and it's coming out April 20th, 2027. And it took me all of last college football season to write. I wrote basically a chapter a month, and starting last August, fast forwarded it as the season ended, and here we are. It's got a lot of stories in it for you. You're in the book, man. Friend of the program.
Well, I can't wait to read it. I'm very grateful and thankful. We obviously appreciate the hell out of you. Writing a book is a long process. I assume a bit emotional, too, as you go through it all. We can't wait to hear your story. Comes out on 4/20, is that what you said?
That's right.
Okay, that's a different date for some of us. You're an esteemed journalist. I will certainly be at altitude watching and enjoying your story. Great day to read it. Got good times, good vibes, obviously, through it all. Let's talk about the preseason poll that just released from the AP. Coaches poll last week, AP poll this week. Tone just ran through it. He said top 7 consensus, top 3 consensus. What are your thoughts on if you find yourself on this particular poll and how these coaches feel about it?
Yeah, man, I zero in at number 5, and I just don't understand how people can't get Texas right now. I mean, last year, everyone overhyped Texas. It was not the right time. It was Arch Manning's first season as full-time starter. They had 4 new guys up front on the offensive line. They had all kinds of questions, in my opinion. This year is the year that Steve Sarkisian should win the national title. And it's so much more difficult to do these preseason polls with the transfer portal and everything. But when you look at Texas on paper, I don't know how you can't think this team is number 1 or number 2 in the country. And then you add to that, they get the Buckeyes at home in week 2. I mean, that is a huge edge in the college football playoff race. I am all in on the Longhorns this year, not last year.
Okay, Heather, I love to hear that, but I want to let you know, Ty was disgusted by what you were saying. He almost threw his microphone. What's your problem?
She's an IU grad. You got to take up for the Big Ten. This is wartime right now. Okay, we don't need this. The Big Ten's going to win another national championship this year. But that is interesting that you bring that up because I think a lot of people are high on Texas, and rightfully so. We've been talking about Arch and how he's kind of been taking pot shots when maybe he doesn't deserve to. But not only based on the top 25, if there were like maybe a dark horse in both the Big Ten and the SEC to make the playoff, who would you say those teams would be?
Well, going to the Big Ten, I'm looking at number 18 there, Penn State. I don't know that there's a big-time school out there that has an easier schedule with a first-year head coach, Matt Campbell. I mean, no Power 4 non-conference opponents, no Ohio State, no Oregon. I think their whiteout game is going to be USC at home. They got Michigan, but that sets up for a sneaky college football playoff run. And then, you know, when you go to the SEC on the outside looking in at that list, who's down low? You got to show it to me again. Can you put it up on the screen for?
Yep.
Let me see who's. I can't believe Tennessee is even ranked.
What?
Love it.
Why is Tennessee ranked, let alone number 20? I mean, they better find a quarterback and find some answers fast there. I have so many questions about them. Not to say they can't do it, but preseason, based on answers, not question, I don't know why the Vols are in there.
Okay, so they do have a 2-quarterback competition thing happening right now there down in Vols. It's Paisan, right? And
George McIntyre and Faison Brandon, who was the number 1 overall recruit coming out.
Okay, so not Paisan, Faison, but it's spelled like Paisan, I do believe, but with an F.
Yeah.
And then George, he's
McIntyre, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's been like reports coming out of who's leading that. Feels like they are in a very real quarterback competition right now in Tennessee. Rocky Top Spectacular, obviously love going down there. Heupel's a legend and a machine. But I think to your point, I don't know how many people are predicting or expecting them to go on a run in the SEC. I love that Georgia's getting a little bit of respect up there. I truly appreciate that. LSU conversation is certainly heating up everywhere but here, outside the top 10. They're not the only ones in the SEC outside the top 10. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Heather, Bama, first time outside the top 10 preseason rankings since 2008. And is it a similar reason to Tennessee that they are still trying to figure out who their quarterback is with the talented redshirt freshman in Keelan Russell or Austin Mack, we watched come in the Rose Bowl last year. Looked really good, actually. Yeah, big boy. Do you think that's potentially the reason why Bama's outside the top 10?
That's a huge reason why, but guess what? I think that's high for Bama, given all their other questions. I mean, like in my head, I still think -3 rushing yards against Georgia. I think that Kalen DeBoer is a fantastic coach. He has won everywhere he's gone, and he will win at Alabama with the resources and talent. But again, when you go to preseason and you gotta get more from that running game, I think they will. I know I've talked to him about this. He likes both of those quarterbacks. That's why he didn't go into the portal. He's gonna find one. But until you see it, until you see it under the lights, 13's high, I think, for Bama.
I love that. Tennessee, Alabama, get them off Heather's list. Now, obviously, she's a Big Ten legend, IU grad, which, not IU, but the Big Ten as a whole. D-Bot has a question for you.
Heather, I believe it was you last year, early on in the season, where you said University of Miami should have been the top-ranked team in the country at that point. Obviously, they get into the playoffs barely, and then they make a run to the national championship. They also been at the preseason at 7 right now. Is UM ranked too low, in your opinion? What's your thoughts on the University of Miami?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think the Canes are right about where they're supposed to be, and Miami fans will tell you they need to be higher, and I understand that. But, I think when you look at the talent that they have coming back, especially at running back, they've got all the pieces in place at the skill positions. Mensah at quarterback, I think, is going to be an upgrade. He's going to be really good. But my biggest question is on both lines. 4 starters gone on the offensive line. The top 2 guys from last year's #1 pass rush gone to the NFL. And I believe that Mario Cristobal recruited well. He got guys out of the transfer portal. They're going to come in. But how quickly can those new guys up front in the trenches get going with everything.
I love that. Upgrade over Carson Beck took him to a national championship.
Look out.
People said there was going to be no upgrade over Cam Ward, who obviously what he was able to do with Miami. Carson Beck takes the torch, the baton, carries them to the national championship. Well, Mensah, who had to get out of Duke a couple times.
Yeah.
I think he was announced he was out. Then there was a lawsuit. Then he was actually out. Now he's with Miami.
Another upgrade.
Obviously, he's an absolute stallion. Will he continue the trajectory in which Miami has been on the last couple of years as the U is completely back, it feels like?
Oh, yeah.
And I hope they have a huge home game in December or January, something like that. If we could do the September trip to Miami was.
It's going to have to be the first round of the playoffs, I think, because their schedule was cake.
Okay, good, because it was hot as shit. I mean, I don't know. Going down there and playing down there early is a.
Besides, they go to Notre Dame, but other than that.
Just like us talking about the NFL with teams that have to go down and play Miami, like November, December, whenever they've been up in the north, it's a real difference. Coral Gables down there, it was 1,000 degrees. I think whenever we went down there, all white suit.
Yep.
Those pants were just glued to me by the end of that entire thing. Got changed into a Speedo in the Porta-John. Okay, that was at the end of it. Yeah, Heather, it was a problem because you got to take everything off there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tough to do.
So I had to peel those things off of me, in the Porta-John, to put that. Have people from the U around Porta-John going, he's dumping in there. It's like, no, I'm just trying because of how long I was in there. It was a great time. I don't know how those kids stayed out there that long with how hot it was.
They're used to it.
It was an incredible environment, though. Anytime we end up at a place that hasn't had it for a while, like at Miami obviously hasn't had it for a while, the place is awesome. So incredibly grateful and thankful. What's that?
This was all time. I was actually golfing this weekend with a guy on the board, and Heather, to your point, he is more excited about the offensive line this year than he was last year, but he talked about this moment like, hey, man, your guy, Pat, man, that's a crazy motherfucker. Right? But just watching it back, this was all time.
It was 1,000 degrees, but I was pretty excited to get to the pool. But nonetheless, the environment was spectacular. And Cristobal might be the perfect guy for the U. I mean, obviously his Spanish speaking is a huge asset to the area, but also he's just a dog. Yeah. That's all we are finding dogs. And then President Joey D. President Joey D comes from finance world and he's all in on sports. It's like they're going to be able to get whoever they need to get, and they're going to be able to continue to roll. They're the stars from the ACC, which is fascinating. First time, long time. Tone has a question for you, Heather.
Yeah, I do. Clemson, first time, long time that they have not been in the pool with Dabo. Is that just, a sign of times where Dabo has been late to the change on the NIL? I know they were ranked in top 5 last year and then fell and had a horrible season. What's your take on Clemson and their situation not being in the top 25?
Yeah, they got to play their way in. They got to earn it. But I will be shocked, absolutely shocked, if Clemson is not better this year and playing, I'm going to go on a limb here, playing Miami in the ACC championship game. I think they have to obviously find a quarterback like a lot of these other teams that we're talking about here. But I like the hire as Chad Morris as offensive coordinator, second year under Tom Allen, defensive coordinator. I think they're on the upwards trajectory. I think they get Miami at home this year, which is a big deal. So, it's tricky, but they've got to be better. You know what Dabo told me? Dabo told me this offseason, he said that was the worst secondary I have ever had as a head coach.
And that's not on me. That's on the players. Okay?
Jeez.
Personnel or scheme or what?
These guys sucked across the board. In the meeting rooms, on the field. You seen it? We got
coach for a long time.
He's out sick of it. Listen, last year we didn't have a chance with our back end, okay? We had no chance. This year's a little bit different. He did hit the transfer portal, which we love, and we hope that Clemson's in it because obviously Dabo is a great character for college ball. Hasn't been super relevant late in the seasons for a while. Will this year change that? With LSU opening week, we shall see. Heather, congratulations on the book being finished. We can't wait to read it, and thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you, and congrats to you on the album, man. Back at you.
Heather, I like that. Thank you for saying that. I needed it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Heather Dinich.
Heather!
This is it's been a fun weekend. Obviously we celebrated Bone in a big way and all that. But I'm getting a lot of texts from people saying, don't listen to what they're saying, man. I'm like, well, haven't been seeing all of it. Oh, don't listen to it. All right, you got it. You got it. We're continuing digitally. Goodbye. We're back tomorrow. That was funny. Like a lot of people don't be listening to it. Don't listen to what they're saying about you. Okay? I liked it personally. Thank you. I'm like, thank you. That's very kind of you. And I won't, I promise you. But if I do start singing something you're saying, I say, whoa, don't. I'm like, you got it. Okay, you got it. I'm very happy it's out there.
That's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Why not?
Yeah.
Just trying to listen to the songs of what I used to have to do in my files to get to it.
Sure,
you know?
sure, yeah.
It's like, and then there's like so many different layers as they like continue to create it and add different instruments and things onto it. It's like, for me, it's just been nice to be able to just play the songs easily. You know, shout out to Spotify. I think got uploaded to Apple Music this morning.
There you go.
And if it's up on Apple, I think it's up on all the other ones as well. So we're fully rolling. You know, and it's gonna be, they're gonna be there forever.
Yeah, they're out now.
They're out there.
They are out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're out there. I saw some people burying some of them. I'm like, man, I like that. I still like that song. I did like that song when I put it out. I still like that song. So I hear what you're saying, but that's not going to change what I think about it.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about, let me listen to it through this guy's ears real quick. And I started listening to it. I'm like, fucking banger, dude. Yeah, right. Okay, so it's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of that, you know, me telling me. And then a lot of friends from all over, back at home, in Plum, college, people from around the country have been former teammates. Hey, don't. Oh.
Why? You don't have to say that. It's like when the old thing, I don't care what they say about you. I think you're a good guy. Like,
What do they say?
You don't need to say that.
This is the most anything I've ever been a part of. You know, there's been a lot of things said, you know, that we have earned and everything like that. There's been a lot of terrible things. This one has gotten by far the most. Don't listen to him, man. I like it. I think it's pretty good, man. I think it's pretty good.
There's a lot of people obviously waiting to take a shot at you. And that's the auto response for like anybody that's famous for something else once they get into music. I don't care who you, Shaq, Kobe, like, you know, these guys, once you make me, automatically you think it sucks. It's gonna stink.
Won't even listen to.
Yeah, you're there. 12 seconds in, like, you know, but it's about, obviously you put your shit out, you put your art out, and then you live with it and you move on. But like, that's part of it. Welcome to the music business, kid.
Hey, welcome to business. I will say people weren't letting their jokes fly. I learned a lot about a lot of people. Like, oh, these fuckers have been waiting. This guy in particular has been waiting on me. I didn't know that. This group knew that. Okay, I understood that was going to come. But yeah, I appreciate it all. And you can listen to it now. It's available. Somebody called it a train of diarrhea and disappointment.
It's harsh.
Sometimes mean tweets are funny.
He did say in that same thing, though, that it's better than anything the Beatles have ever put out. So, you know,
All right.
Kind of a polar
Yeah, kind of.
On that note, if you'd like to come hear that live, Thursday, September 3rd, the Rathskeller here in Indianapolis, Indiana. A live venue, downtown Indianapolis, that should be absolutely humming.
Yeah.
Jammed.
I hope so.
It will be.
$20 to get in, okay? That's the way the Rathskeller operates.
That's standard operating procedure, by the way.
Yeah, that's on Dan at the Rathskeller.
Yeah, that's not.
Dan runs a good outfit, though, I will say.
He does.
Very thankful and lucky to be doing it here.
Good outfit.
This place is a good time. The Rathskeller is a blast. I don't know if it's a lot of people come into town and like head to this place, but everybody in Indianapolis, this is the place.
It's a sweet venue.
Yeah, that's the place you tell people to go. Like if I ever have people come in from out of town, like that is the only destination spot in Indy when it comes to bars where it's like, hey, we have to go here because there's no real other place like it. If you've never been to a German beer garden, that's exactly what it is.
And shout out to Dan at the Rathskeller because we announced we were going to do this before even talking to him.
Yeah.
And then he said, yeah, man, sure. He got, okay. Because Gumpy is invested in this place, I think. Not actual percentage back, but he is.
Quite a bit, yeah.
He has lived at this place, obviously, downtown Indianapolis. Thursday, September 3rd, first live performance. Right before game day is at LSU on Saturday. I mean, we kick off the season here. I cannot wait for this. I am very, very excited. And I believe the people that made the music, that actually did the music, a lot of people saying, this sounds like AI slop. I'm like, you're being very disrespectful to a lot of very talented motherfuckers. Like the most talented maybe in the history. And I think they're going to be there. I cannot wait for us to play. I can't wait to see the people that come and join us. And we can't wait to have a blast Thursday, September 3rd as we kick off football season.
Hell yeah.
I'll be talking about where, the songs came from too. I'm excited to tell a couple of the stories.
Like storytellers.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll be jamming. All the songs are fucking, I'm not here for you guys to cry about my shit. But on that note, there's a couple really good stories behind a few of these that I think should be heard,
Yeah.
And I appreciate everybody that has really done their best work in burying me. There's been some good work done, I would say. The good work also done in that album. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud of it. Always will be. Let's take a break. On the other side, we got to hit everything happening in the sports world. Everything happening in the sports world. Okay? Tone, I need WNBA stats out of you.
I wouldn't come to me for that.
He's honest.
How are we supposed to go? This is supposed to be a
I
tease.
stand with the Chicago Cubs in this one.
What did the Chicago Cubs do?
The WNBA is
Cubs
suing.
been flying the W after they win games for, I don't know, like 80 years or something. And the WNBA is trying to sue them because they all of a sudden this year started calling their league the W.
No, I think they
Englestone.
Yeah,
Englestone warned them.
Once again, not a
warned them
great
before
move
this.
by Engels.
They don't
Her
even know-
name is Kathy Engelbert. She is.
They don't even know what the W stands for.
That can't be. That can't be.
Now that is a conversation that is picking up a lot of steam that I think they should handle quickly for the good of all sports. By the way, what are we doing? But yeah,
What do you mean?
flying the W. Well, why is there a WNBA?
For women.
Okay.
That's what the task force is going to figure out.
Yeah, they got to the bottom of it. They met for hours and hours and hours to figure that one out. But the W, they've been calling the WNBA the W for a long time as well. The league's only been around for 30 years.
Says who? I've never heard that until maybe last year. No.
Now, I'm not saying that they have any right at all to be going after the Cubs for flying the W forever. You know, like that is something I think is synonymous with the Cubs.
Certainly.
So I'm not saying that. But the WNBA, they do call it the W, I believe.
I've been watching since Rebecca Lobo was in the league.
Lobo?
And I've never heard it referred to as the W until last year.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
Now, on that note, I've only really been paying attention over the last couple of years.
Exactly.
They've been calling it the W the whole time I've been.
Okay.
I've been
There
a
you go.
WNBA fan.
I've heard it.
I've been paying attention 2004. They've been calling it.
See, that's 20.
It's more than half the
years.
league.
Yeah. Lobo predates 2004. So I've been with this.
Whatever the case, the Indiana Fever are about to bring a fucking parade to Indianapolis.
Not if Englestone has anything to say about
Her
it.
name is Kathy Engelbert. Okay, and she negotiated one of the greatest TV deals in the history of a league ever. Actually, ever. Now, will the league be able to get it all? We think so. Good luck out there.
Good luck.
Good luck to the W.
Good luck. Yeah.
Good luck to the W.
Good luck to the W.
No, I agree. I don't know why you got to try to sue the Cubs over it. I don't know what the hell that's about.
I think this is Front Office Sports, who always has all the context.
Mm-hmm.
They always have all the context and everything. Cubs and Nationals are in trademark dispute with the WNBA over the W, and MLB source tells FOS the sides are engaged in discussions and expect the issue to be resolved amicably.
I hope. Okay.
You think they're going to do one of these? Hey, this is stupid of you to try. And they're going to say, all right, but we had to. All right. It's like Jaden Daniels people.
Yeah.
I blame Jaden.
That one's jumped the shark.
Yeah, it really has.
I mean, it really went, though.
It did. It did. It had to stay in the sun.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
And as somebody that was in that sun there for a while, it was nice to see them doing that a little bit more. But I don't think he deserved any of that.
Well, he kind of started it.
Let's get to a break. I put up the sweet Pat White jersey that is available for his retirement, and it's the 5 one.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And all anybody said was, "Did you clear this? Did you
Yeah.
clear this? Did they clear this? Did they clear this with Jade?" I don't know. I can't wait to celebrate Pat White. That jersey is sick. Right
Filthy.
now. They have it for sale, throwback. Yeah, that's an awesome jersey. He was so good at the football.
So good.
I assume leading up to this game, we'll be running a bunch of highlights. Like the world will be running a bunch of highlights of Pat White so people can remember who the hell. He was the guy. I was so lucky to be his teammate. Good lad. Very good lad. Anytime you get a number retired, that's a big deal.
Yeah, huge.
Jane Dan was wondering what the fuck I got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get to a break. What's that?
Oh, that's it.
How many jerseys they have retired at LSU?
2, I think.
Yep, 2. Cannon and unofficially Joe.
But it
Matt
hasn't-
Flynn's jersey.
No, Billy Cannon.
Flynn should.
They should think about putting Flynn up there.
Yeah.
And then the Mad Hatter, didn't he wear a visor? What was he?
He ball cap.
Ball cap.
Yeah.
He just ate the grass, yeah.
He's made terrible decisions down the stretch.
Terrible.
Might be the worst game management person of all time. But they won games. Won games. Some of those college coaches make some terrible game management decisions, and it's college football, so people just kind of let it pass. Yeah, but why the fuck is he letting...
It's a crazy game.
You never know what's going to happen in college football. It's like, well, you do know, actually. There's like years of stats on when to stop the clock and went nuts. Yeah, but you never know.
They won Cristobal's ass a couple years ago.
Oh, handing that ball
Big
off.
time, yeah.
Big time.
Oh, he learned from it, I would say.
Yes.
I came out pretty hard against him in that.
That was pretty nuts.
That was
rightfully so.
That was the right
30 seconds left in the game.
But I had not known Cristobal before coming out against him. So, and I completely forgot about that after I talked to Cristobal the first time, a couple times. And he was like very nice to me and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I fucking buried this guy. I am so sorry. But I think he used it as a learning experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think he just
I
kind
think
of
he hired
moving.
a time management guy after that.
Good idea.
Smart.
They're in the national championship now.
Mhm.
NEU is back. And I would never do or say anything negative about Cristobal publicly because that guy could actually fucking kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And would potentially, just with the way he looks sometimes.
They should be top 5.
If he needed to, yeah.
I agree, Tom.
They're not top 5?
Nope.
7. Both polls, right?
Let's get to a break. We got a lot of international sports news we got to talk about on the other side as well.
Sweet.
Okay?
Good.
International? Sport.
Yeah.
We're talking to Prim.
Should see this French league.
No.
F1's back this week.
All right, let's get to a break. Be a friend, tell a friend. Something nice that might change your life. Take 5.
Yeah, if he throws you a curveball, you're in trouble.
That breaking ball, good luck. It's pretty nasty.
Think he's going to make contact?
No.
If I were you, I would just start swinging as you release it.
Do you think I make contact?
I can barely make contact against him.
Fight a bingo, 25 grand. Extra base hit, 15,000. If you walk me, $10,500 donation. Strikeout, 10,000. A hit is just 10,000. Ball contact, $5,000 donation.
Okay.
Hit by pitch, that's an extra 5,000. Strike is 1,000, obviously, and then every ball will be a donation by the pitcher as well. Skeen said that if he was pitching against me, he'd throw one behind me.
I've had a lot of votes to get you in the ribs. A lot of votes.
You can get in there and look at one if you want. Get used to it.
Is this the one you're going to put in my ribs?
Nope. You're not. Don't swing at this one. Don't swing.
All right, I won't. Okay. I thought it was going to burn my feet.
Rookie of the year. Get a little closer.
Just got a cramp in my left chest.
All right, no balls, no strikes.
Yeah, okay. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
I like that you let it go, though.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, foul tip. Foul tip. Oh, where'd you go? Pat, where'd you go?
What was that?
That was curveball.
That was a strike.
That was right there. Hey, thank you for your donation. Kershaw's challenge is forever grateful.
So what was that? You just threw fast?
Fast, curve. Oh, where'd you go?
And what else do you have?
I have a slider.
Fuck. This is guy number 2.
I'm bad number 2.
Yeah, I got a different attitude, this guy.
Okay.
I don't like what you're doing with the strike zone.
You're on it. Oh, foul ball! Foul ball, you got me though there, right?
Yeah.
Contact, okay.
Yeah. I will put on my Twitter bio. Made contact. What's he throwing? 0-2. This will be his curve, right?
That's all I got right there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Hey, fastball away. All right?
Over here.
Maybe. I mean, you never know, but I'm going to try. Fastball away. Oh!
I think I got it.
That was legit. Did that hurt?
Yeah.
You got jammed.
Thank you, dude.
We'll count that as a single. Infield single.
Hey, I got a ghost runner there. He's fast.
Ghost
Overthrow.
runner first.
He's on second.
Okay. I got it! Oh. Hey, good work, dude. That was awesome.
I knew the curve was coming right there.
You did?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Just because I thought because I made contact.
Oh, yeah. You read
You're
my
like,
mind.
all right, let's fucking make him eat
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
you got it.
You told me fastball away.
Yeah, it cut in a little. You got jammed, but contact. Like I was aiming away through a two-seamer, and it's supposed to kind of run, but it kind of ran the other way.
I didn't think about the punch-out pitch. Like I was sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's up 0-2. You're definitely gonna hit me with something.
Oh, where'd you go? Good catcher, got you there.
I think I got on base.
That's an infield single. You know it. You had enough of those.
Did you see his face? He said, I don't know.
I don't know about
If that's
that.
real, he said.
Mookie's a good shortstop, from what I remember. I'll give you one hit. Give you one hit, one foul ball, and then I did catch. Does that count? Does that count your foul ball?
The catch definitely counts as a
Okay.
two for there.
Okay, there's a few swing and misses.
A lot of swing and misses.
So yeah, you just let me know.
We appreciate you
Yeah,
being a great
thank
American.
you, man.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, no, there's no way I'm going to be able to throw enough strikes.
All right.
Thank you, dude. You're the best.
That was great, man.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Overreaction Monday, August 17, 2026, hour 3 of the program begins now.
Football!
He's the greatest. That's AJ Hawk. The Talks the Tables here at Boss O'Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Town, who's here. A 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler.
Yes,
is here.
sir.
D-Buck, good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Have you heard? The United States men's flag football team won the world championship this weekend.
Yeah.
The same lads that beat the hell out of the NFL boys and Logan Paul and retired NFL guys took to the world championships and they won. in thrilling fashion, beat the hell out of the Italians. It was a close game with Mexico, but Italy was in the finals in the championship, and we win. The penthouse to outhouse move, alongside the dangles left and right of the flags, have certainly put us in a different stratosphere when it comes to men's flag football around the globe. AJ, I like seeing USA win stuff, especially whenever it happens football-wise.
Yeah, it's always good to win stuff. Was he trying to fake like a double pass there? Is that what he's like? What's this right here?
Yeah.
Throw that?
He was going to crow hop that thing through somebody's face.
How are you going to stop this? And do these guys wear cups? Because I would imagine their meat gets grabbed a lot trying to go after these flags.
Probably a lot of meat grabbing, probably a lot of tush grabbing. The fact that they're just wearing tights, basically, I respect and appreciate the amount of confidence for the all-whites here. But the boys did it. Congrats to the men and the lads winning the world title for America. We like that.
Go, boys.
Now,
On both, right?
Unfortunately.
It's our game.
Yeah. Well, much like we did with their sport.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The Canadian women beat the United States of America women's flag football team in the finals. We had a chance on this final play, and we throw an incompletion, and Canada dances in our face.
Straps.
Congratulate. Gumpy, after what we did last week, you need to watch.
Just saying, it was good defense.
Okay, you were sitting like a Navy SEAL last week. Okay, so let's remember that whenever we're talking about this. Congratulations to the Canadian women winning flag football world championship. I am happy that the game is growing so much that even in Canada, they're able to field a team that is world champion caliber. And Gumpy, how long you guys been playing flag football up there? Probably longer than us, I guess, right? You guys been playing the flag. Is flag football your form of football? And maybe it is not. Maybe flag football is your guys' game and we didn't even know it. Do you know the history up there or no?
Just as long as the CFL, just legends of the game and flag football, CFL, Elvis Gerbach, Doug Flutie, the rest, Dave Dickinson, all the
200
legends.
years.
Warren Moon.
I mean, the list goes on.
Trafolsky.
Yeah.
This is a good thing, though. This is a good thing. This gets the minds right before the Olympics.
Now, the Olympics are when? Next year?
28.
2 years. So we got to lock in and focus. But not just 2028. Look at this video. This is me and my daughter this morning taking her to school. This is just know, Canada, this is sending a little bit of a ripple effect. Hey, I need you to learn flag football today, okay? Okay, I need you to get really good at it quick, okay? Thank you. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Okay, I don't like seeing can beats U.S.
No.
In football, in anything. Now, I do think this is great news about it remaining a Olympic sport. Because if America just wins by 1,000, obviously they're going to have to do away with it. So the fact that the Canadian women's flag football team and also the Mexican women's flag football team, and I assume the men too, they gave us quite a battle. The fact that they're good at it tells me that, European countries are going to hopefully be able to get good at it as well. And this does become a thriving sport as a whole. And the fact that the women are so good, maybe this becomes, more and more of a sport for American universities and high schools to kind of punctuate in here. I think what we're watching in front of us is the birth of a brand new sport that is about to be a global phenomenon. And I don't like that we're not winning, Ty. I'm going to be honest. I don't like that we didn't win it. But congrats, Canada.
Yeah. Congrats. I wouldn't worry about it. Like Diggs said, the Olympics are all that matters. How many divers, swimmers, et cetera, like Michael Phelps. You know how many world championships he's won? No, because we don't give a fuck about those. We care about gold medals.
Well said.
Okay, so come Olympics, if we're suffering this same fate, then sure. As for the men, it's basically, do you have hoosh or do you not have hoosh? We have hoosh. No one else does. They might as well not play the men's version because we will win the gold. Now, listen, I like that we have, kind of like a Rocky IV. We can put the Drago up on the corkboard. We have someone to look at. It's the Canadian women's national team. All of our girls are going to be doing that for the next 2 years. I expect us to beat the living shit out of them in L.A.
Okay, I like to hear that because I don't know if I was expecting that because I think they get a couple years to get better too.
Yeah.
Which kind of scary.
Will they, though?
They don't have
because they just won.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they peaked too soon?
I mean,
how
do we know? Yeah, exactly. Resting on their yannis, popping bottles of champagne for the next 2 years.
Oh, maybe some Bueno.
Exactly.
Drinking some maple Bueno.
A lot of poutine.
Yeah, we don't know how they're handling
double doubles all night long.
Smooth cream mou on deck.
It's got to fucking roll. We need a whole new coach staff, a whole new.
I like that.
It's
I like that too.
What are we doing? We're talking about women's sports. United States of America. You look at women's basketball. What do we do when we play the other country? We fucking beat the dog shit out for the last 60, I don't know, 80 years. So yeah, that's
soccer. What do we do?
Soccer. That's what we should be. With football, this is our game.
Yeah, we only won the quarters by 1 against Germany.
Germany?
Yeah,
Germany's got a squad.
See,
they had NFL Europe.
Yeah.
But this might be one of those
You're
things,
right.
though. Yeah, so they know the game for a long time. And they're starting to have universities and schools over there for football, which we appreciate and we do love. But it can't be 1-point games with them at this stage of flag football.
Who's the OC?
Well, hold on, though. Not just the OC. Who's on the team? Because we watched the high school girls play.
Yeah.
And I saw.
Got some ball players out there.
That's what I'm saying. How do we make the team? How do we not make the team? That's why my messaging to my daughter, very real. Like, hey, I think whenever she gets to the teenage years, I think there's going to be a lot of scholarships. I think there's going to be a lot of leagues. I think there's going to be a lot of tournaments, just from what we saw at the NFL Flag Championship. So I know these other countries are going to get good, but it looks like America's got to get good too. It looks like we gotta really lock it. What's this? Who sent this in? Gumpy sent this in?
It's a good graphic.
Good bullshit.
Says who?
This is motivation. That's what it is.
Congratulations to the Canadian women. Great win. I mean, it beat America.
Yeah. And it was, needed to have it. Needed to bowl up in the red zone, and they did. And we,
just know
we'll learn from it.
Mackenzie McAfee is starting today on her flag football Olympic gold medal dream.
Where was the game?
Great question. It was at the Superdorf.
Yeah, it was in Germany.
So it was in a way.
Oh, so yeah.
Okay.
I feel a little better.
Yeah, me too. Now, granted, there's going to be Olympics that aren't in L.A., at some point.
We'll worry about those.
Down
But
the road.
2032, who knows what the fuck will be going on at that point.
Yeah, you're right. Mackenzie's probably going to be in that one. Well, now it should be 9.
Those are in Australia.
Okay, Brisbane?
Probably
yes.
Academy at that point.
Okay. People in Brisbane have told me that they will be the best host of any Olympics in the history. Okay. They have marble sidewalks down there. They literally just built up the entire city, it felt like, over the last couple of years. It was beautiful down there in Brisbane. But it's not the United States.
We just saved the World Cup. Everyone said it.
Well, then they said we potentially killed it too, remember?
No, that was Infantino trying to fucking sell it off for parts. That fucking greedy corporate fat cat trying to do what he's trying to do under the table.
Still owe the United States cities money, too.
Did you guys watch soccer this weekend? Soccer was on, right?
No, it's done. Thought about it.
Community Shield.
What's that?
Community Shield, the FA Cup winner against the league winner in the Prem.
Oh, of course. This is a super duper shield here. Did we see the Viking played, I heard?
Funny story about the Viking. He's actually never scored in a final in his career, and they lost 3-0. So
what was that?
Oh, for the Shield final.
Who they lose to?
Arsenal, the Gooners.
Come on, you Gunners.
They're hot.
Wow, your team won a title.
You should, if you're going to come to the Prem, you get a proper squad.
I think the issue is I'm not.
Come on,
like
man.
Saturday morning is when all these games are, and I am nowhere near able to think about it. So
fair point.
It's been hard for me. I'll just continue to ride with Team USA and Inter Miami.
There you go. Inter Miami got shit pumped this weekend.
What?
Nashville's a bit of a problem right now.
Oh, actually, maybe the Nashville team is the team I like.
Sure.
No, I like Messi. Lou. I like Lou.
Remember, their season's going to be in the middle of winter, though, so maybe stick to Miami.
Yeah, but that might not be good for Miami. You're going to have Lou Messi up in the middle of the
No,
Chicago
I mean, just
Fire.
if you have to go to a
What? He's playing, though.
No.
Lou ain't playing with snow on the ground.
Not if
That
it's
ain't
snow
fucking-
on the
He already has?
That
He
ain't
did,
fucking
Kansas
happening.
City.
Yeah, he'll never do it again.
On turf. He's going to do it again?
He'll never do it again.
He's going to do it
Doesn't
again?
play in cold games or what? How's it work?
You know what? I'm not so sure they're not just going to cancel a bunch. Like, in theory, hey, great idea. We might be looking at a world record amount of snow days in the MLS.
Yeah, but if he could just play with his jeans on, he'll be fine.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Those are good genes, very good genes that he has. Rest in peace to his father, and also the ones that he was wearing on himself when he was celebrating his father's life as he mourned his passing, obviously. Lou Messi and the Inter Miami squad, though, are going to have to play in a couple feet of snow on a couple of different occasions because the MLS, with no baseball looming, decided to opt out of spring soccer and say, give us the world's calendar so that our players can play in the international games. So now they're playing through winter. Now the MLS will be playing through winter. And I guess overseas, this has always been their calendar, Gumpy. Is that accurate?
Yeah, the Soccer Dawn Garber's all over it.
He's stepping down.
Yes, not
he's
him.
out.
Yeah, it's the LAFC guy, but this came from this was the Soccer Don's last big move that the Soccer Don made was changing the schedule.
Nobody knows. That guy was the commissioner for 25 years.
Yeah, remember he came on and told us that this was his lasting effort was what the Soccer Don changed the game.
And Gumpy, in theory, this brings maybe some of the higher caliber players to play in MLS so that they can play in the international windows as well, because everybody will now have the international windows the same. So like all those leagues overseas, they take breaks for international play. The MLS was always in a different calendar, so the international play was kind of a clusterfuck. So what I think they were hearing from a lot of good players, as opposed to past prime players, a lot of good players were saying, we can't do that because it affects the international thing. So Dahn Garber, who was the commissioner of the MLS for 20-some years, his final move was, we're matching up the calendar so we can get the premier players. But all anybody else is saying is, you think you're going to get premier players to play in 3 degrees in fucking Chicago?
Yeah.
How about New England Revolution?
Good luck.
Also, Saturday night, are you watching college football or are you watching MLS? I love soccer, but I hate to say it.
What?
You think people are going to watch MLS over college football in the middle of the winter?
I'll tell you what, if football lost Gumpy.
It'll be on one of my TVs, but,
Oh, okay.
There's not many people in the world that are pulling up to watch MLS over college football in America. That's just how it goes.
Shit painter, multiple TV.
Do we ever see people play outside in the freezing cold? Like, do we see many soccer games like that?
Yeah, you see them all the time.
Connor knows.
You're not watching?
I just don't know how that's the plan. How is that the plan? Not only for the players, but the people coming to watch. Like, we're going to see guys out there with the little mittens and snow hats on.
Oh, yeah.
Winter
Without
coats,
a doubt.
snow pants.
That's crazy.
Toques, scores, beanies. So, did they schedule it at least for all Southern home games, like second half of the? Do we think they did that? The Soccer Don potentially did
I'm
that?
sure the Soccer Don passed it on to the new commish.
All right, and this is the last time we'll talk about soccer.
Phew!
Prem starts on Friday.
Yep.
These guys ever take a break?
Nope.
Okay, Gump.
Yeah.
They take a lot of breaks.
Do they?
Because then there's this super duper tournament the next day. But yeah, they're playing all year round.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many games these guys are playing, especially if you're on these good teams, because you play in your local league, then you play in the Champions League, then you play in the Super Duper League.
Yeah,
then
they play a
there's-
ton.
Then there's that
Country.
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, then you got the international.
What's the top?
The
The
cha-
top?
yeah.
What's the
MLS.
Champions League.
Champions League is what they say, though.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Because
And
the
that's
Go ahead.
if you're one of the best Premier Leagues, you make it to the Champions.
Premier League's England's top league, but if you're top 4 in top leagues around the European countries, you make it into the Champions League, which plays on Wednesday night, from my understanding. So that's on Wednesday. That's top 4 from every league in Europe.
Bundesliga.
La Liga.
Serie A.
And it resets every year where teams get relegated and teams get bumped up.
Yes. And if you get into the Champions League, I think big, huge payday. So like top 4, gigantic payday. You get relegated, massive loss of income. Massive loss of income. Might want to sell the team if it's going down that way.
JJ
But
Watt.
people do try to go up, though. Because it's a big maker, But the Champions League people, now with matching calendar, should be taking top 4 from MLS as
Now
well.
we're talking,
Is
yeah.
that not accurate,
You're right,
Gumpy?
yeah.
Is-
Right.
They have actually their own Champions League with CONCACAF, so they're set with Liga MX and all those other leagues.
No, we've done the CONCAFA titles. We've won them all. We need to be in Champions League.
It's going to be tough for us to get in the Champions League when Miami, our best league, their goalie is getting nutmegged by a 2-mile-an-hour, pass back to him into the goal. It's going to be tough for us to, argue that we should be in the Champions League because in years past I'd have done the same thing as you when AJ mentions that. I say, hey, MLS is the best league in the world. It's not. It's fucking horse shit. Unfortunately, it is. I respect Soccer Don Garber and the new guy very, very much, but we're about to lose Bobby Boanga, who is arguably the best player outside of Lou Messi in the league right now. So I'm trying to find a silver lining in the MLS, and I'm having a tough time doing so. I'll be honest with you.
Bobby Boanga's gone?
Where's Boanga going?
Name
Probably
any
Real.
top club, in the world. This
Barcelona.
guy fucking scores every night. He's unbelievable. Plays for LA, City of Stars. Actually, he might be a massive movie star. He might just say, "Fuck it, I'm done with soccer. I'm gonna go be in the movies."
But we still got Messi though. Lou's on it.
How much longer is Lou gonna play?
For
5 years at least.
Fair question.
At least 5 more.
Fuck.
He's not gonna be able to keep up with the pace of the MLS for long. I know that. I agree with what you're saying.
I mean, skill-wise, he'll be the best player in the MLS when he's 75. But I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
All right, let's go from bad talk to good talk. There was a lot of highlights. Let's hit them all. AJ, I don't know if you saw these. Let's start up in Highmark, up in Buffalo. Brand new stadium, brand new turf. Let's do a soft rollout. Let's not actually paint these things. Pause it, Foxy, real quick. Can you go back to the beginning? So they chose not to really soup up the end zones, the middle thing.
Outline it.
Yeah, the big rollout will be Thursday night prime time. We have that. And on that evening, we won't even remember that this game happened. But whenever I turned this on, it looked like it was a practice field. I thought to myself, okay, so this is kind of like a soft opening of the new stadium. On that note, I think it's going to be loud. I think it's going to look good for us on TV. I think there is going to be some people in the stands that aren't happy with their view, but it be like that sometimes, I do guess. Josh Allen's playing phenomenal football early. Took a couple hits, which we don't like, but he's spinning it. Keon Coleman gets the first documented touchdown in the brand new stadium up there. That feels pretty apropos for his particular storyline. Joe Brady starts out with a good one at home, though, Con Man. Are you worried about the new home digs for the Buffalo Bills?
No, not worried at all, but I do think it is going to be awesome. We talk about how the stadium, and right now it's all negativity, but you can kind of envision when it's just snowing inside that place and you're in the stands in the canopy and the snow's just coming down on the field itself. Like, that visual is going to be so cool when that does happen inevitably. And then it is a good reminder, no matter what happens with the Buffalo Bills, you can talk about them all offseason, people can shit on them, whatever. They have Josh Allen and he's unbelievable. Like, it is so awesome seeing him play football.
They also have DJ Moore from the Bears. He's calling people out. AJ, preseason game, getting the ball, calling out a corner. Your thoughts?
I thought this is obviously awesome from DJ Moore. There's also a good tackle. It's not an easy tackle to make. He goes out and gets that outside leg. Also, I would be thinking if he's calling me out, he might be thinking about jumping me if I go low. So I would be worried about that big time.
Yeah, he might have been setting him up a little chess move there, saying, hey, come on, shoot and dive over top of him. D-But, what's the DB thinking here?
The guy to make the tackle, obviously. Obviously, it's a tough guy move. I do like it because he is a football player, and AJ said it earlier. You can't play football at 75% or afraid to get hurt. Now, me, as maybe somebody who may draft him on my fantasy team, I want him to run out of bounds. But I like it. You're a football player. You get up. You're healthy. And that's all that matters.
One-on-one, just won it one time, says DJ. Let me feel it. We're back in football season. We appreciate him doing that. I bet you the locker room pumped to see it as well, as he's a new man in that building. Jackson Dart goes into the blue tent, comes back out and does this, AJ. He's filthy. He's silky. He's throwing a touchdown in preseason to Mr. Fields. Your thoughts on the play? Filthy from Jackson, I thought.
Yeah, like what Dan said, this is Jackson being Jackson here, making plays, obviously, with his feet. Nice little rolling to your left, squaring back up. Beautiful throw. Like the arm talent, the athletic ability is off the charts. Like, hopefully he can stay out of the blue tent. I know he's pissed off that he has to go in there every time he gets touched. But, yeah, I mean, things are definitely looking up for the Giants.
We actually looked into the UNC stuff a little bit. We called Source Says at the league to learn about it, because I thought Jackson was potentially saying, like, this guy a little trigger happy on sending me to the blue tent than everywhere else. Stats have come out at 42.8% of the games in which he's played in, he ends up in the blue tent at least one time, which is a crazy stat. He's obviously young in his career still. But we learned about the UNC protocol. There's 6 of them per stadium. Okay, they rotate, 3 of them per game. Each unaffiliated neurology consultant person has to work at least 3 games, so it's on a rotating basis. The 3 jobs are on home team, away team, and booth. They rotate those jobs as well. So there's 6 people rotating through 3 different jobs, 3 per game, 3 games at least per each UNC. So if there was like a trigger-happy UNC, that person's going to be on the away team the next one, and then in the booth the next one. So there's no real, like, staying at the same thing.
Trainers up there too.
Yeah, there's 2 athletic trainers alongside the UNC up in the top. There's other people down at the bottom. So we called the NFL, and asked, like, hey, what if there is like a trigger-happy UNC at one of these stadiums that isn't like trying to sway a game, but just grandstanding on, like, oh, just for player health and player safety, I'm smarter than every other. It affects the game if somebody misses 1 play or 2 plays, especially at the quarterback position. They have an answer for that. They're like, well, actually, it's 6 different UNCs, 3 of them rotating each each game on each side. So they try to chop that potential out of one person having so much control over one thing. So it was nice to learn about that process. But it is also interesting that that blue tent can just be, yeah, you're out for at least 3-4 games.
But I thought the blue tent is only to take, like, those people can only check to see if you got dinged up. If you got a head injury, I thought if they think, hey, my ribs might be hurt, get out of here. I'm not going to the blue tent. Like, if it's not affecting my head, I don't think they can take me in there.
Yeah, I think concussion is what they're always checking for in there. That's why it's a neurological consultant, unaffiliated. So he's not with, he or she is not with any team or whatever the case is.
Which is also why, to AJ's point, like when he got hit against the Vikings there, he didn't move. Like if it's the ribs or something like that, you would think they would start writhing in pain or, slamming their leg or hand off the ground. Like because it was just like lifeless body, you need to lift him, drag him off the turf is I think why they ended up checking him.
He was in fetal position there for a little bit, which added to the probable read of this entire thing, then puts him in there. But it did seem like it was a shot to the chest. But then the unk has to think, well, did he whiplash potentially off the field there?
Back of his head hit, all that.
Why is he laying down so long? Like that's how they're making that decision in split time. So I'm happy to hear that they at least have protocols in place so that we can't have the same, Yeah. Because if you got one unk on the away team at a thing every single time, we need to check in. Right now? Yep. Get him off the field right now. Well, it's kind of like fourth quarter. Get him. Are we player safety or we're not?
Yeah, I'd be so pissed if I was a Giants fan.
Oh.
And they took him in the tent on this play. Nah. I mean, I get the context of him laying there, but if you're watching this play, you watch the replays. Whiplash, maybe, but, it's clearly no.
Wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, there's no high impact to his.
Jackson was pissed about it as well.
Yeah.
He was not thrilled. So, I mean, we're learning more about the process. It's all for player safety.
Yep.
Hopefully they're able to continue to do that. Let's go to Jared Studham. Okay, let's go out to Denver. Cortland Sutton, year 8? Was it year 8 or year 9?
Going into year 9.
Going into year 9 already, Cortland Sutton, hell of a career and hell of a catch here in preseason. D-Butt, they got studs in Denver.
They do, and you know what? I think we should start talking about them a little bit more. They got a great defense over there. I think a great coaching staff as well, and a bunch of young studs on offense. Starting with the quarterback, Bo Nix. Obviously, it's not him making this throw here, but, he had his team a game away from playing in the Super Bowl. So I'm very high on the Denver Broncos. I love Sutton. I love the addition of Jalen Waddle. If he can stay healthy, I think this will be one of the better dynamic duos out there in Denver. But, I think we should start talking about them a little bit more.
And obviously their defense, AJ, is outrageous out in Denver. It's like they made the AFC Championship. They lose to the Patriots without Bo Nix. It's hard not to get excited about a team that has that type of setup going into the offseason, but they're in the Chiefs division. They're in the Chargers division. The Raiders had a lot of fun this offseason. They traded a guy and then got him back. He happens to be the best player, potentially one of the best players in all of football. So Broncos aren't like a sexy conversation, but they should be, AJ, because of how much.
Why are they? That's true. Why are they not? Why are they not mentioned like in the top 3 to 4 teams we think about? Because like talent-wise, coaching staff, when you look at their roster, and especially as D-Butt said, their defense can absolutely get after the quarterback and play. Like, why are they not always like in the top of the list when we talk about it?
We're part of the problem, aren't we?
Definitely.
I don't know. I think we covered them pretty well last year, and even going into the year last year, anytime we'd have someone on, a dark horse pick to win the AFC was the Broncos.
Yeah,
every
I think a lot of
time.
us think that they're going to win the AFC West this year.
Yeah, but we don't really put a lot of time into talking about how good they are.
Offseason, we have not. We've probably talked about the Chargers and Chiefs 10x.
Raiders too.
And the Raiders as well. Then what we've talked about the Broncos.
That's why.
What's that? Because they're not Bo Nix not smooching out there?
We haven't seen them canoodling out there in the field, I guess. Maybe that's why.
They just stayed the same.
They're all ball. And they also do casually have like the greatest practice facility maybe ever made in the history of football now.
And only going to get better over there. They got the wealthiest owner in all of sports. So
Sean Payton's not calling the plays this year either for first time ever.
What's that all about?
I don't know. He wanted to give it to Davis Webb. I think a big part of it was his name got brought up for like getting head coaching interviews and stuff like that, and he blocked that because he's been very important to Bo Nix's development, I think. But he's calling plays this year, and Sean Payton did say recently, like, listen, I'll be very close by. So if things don't go well, I'm gonna take those back.
And what he said to us, you never know when the right time to do this is.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said to us at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Maybe he was chit-chatting about Davis Webb getting the play calling ability. So you never know when it is. Now it feels like the right time. It was like, well, it feels like you were potentially forced into it, but but he probably was forced into making the decision on whether or not he wanted to do it. I appreciate that they're doing it. Hopefully, Bo Nix only continues to grow. Sutton making plays like that's great. Let's talk about Stallions making plays. Casey Concepcion, who's also a phenomenal returner, being utilized in the offense with running and throwing, trick
body
plays.
control, man. Like the balance and body control here to get in is awesome.
Yeah, and he's not like the biggest guy, so looking for contact, staying in bounds, doing it. And Todd Monken was using him in a variety of ways. Dan Orlovsky said, you know what, maybe that is the rookie wide receiver that steals the show, AJ.
Yeah, I think this play right alone, like the fact that you know how many people would not score, they'd be out on the 1.5 yard line here. Like he did everything right to find a way to score, and I love this. This is awesome too. In the preseason, let's do it. You know, I'm all for all of this, but watch how he stays in here. Like, and then he switches the ball to hit the pylon. Boom, like. Yeah, that alone tells me, like, this dude's played a lot of backyard football. I'm sure he's a great basketball player. We know how great of an athlete he is. I think he could have a giant year. Just let's see what happens at the quarterback position, I guess.
A lot of returners can be used in a package of explosive. Feels like they're going to do that with him, D-Bud.
Yeah, as an offensive play caller, this is one of those guys where you're like, hey, I just got to get the ball in his hands a handful of times. The same thing for the defense. Anytime one is on the field, it'll probably be, an alert. But the sooner they figure out their quarterback situation, the better it'll be, not only for Casey Concepcion, but Boston as well, the tight end, a young tight end. Like, anytime you have a quarterback situation where it's going back and forth, you can never truly get on that same page. So the sooner they figure that out, the better.
So Concepcion transferred from NC State to Texas A&M, and then he became a real weapon down there.
Yeah.
And the return game as well, because you have to kick off. People have to return balls, basically. He's going to be all over the place. What if he becomes a weapon like Josh Cribbs was for the Cleveland Browns for a long, long time? Obviously, a different build. Hopefully, it's able to happen. Let's go down to Miami.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Malik Willis is their quarterback. You
Yes,
know
he
that.
is. Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Love it. Big signing this offseason.
Everybody's talking about Hafley's their head coach. You
Love
know
it.
that?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Another Green Bay guy is
Sully's at the wheel.
Okay, Sully's the general manager, and
Ben Lynn. Ben.
Also, Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman.
He thinks highly of them.
He thinks they're going to sting, so his involvement doesn't matter.
He's looking at the grand scheme of what the Dolphins are. Malik Willis, part of that. He's a stud. Look at this catch from Caleb Douglas. Malik Willis, ooh. Look, bat that to yourself. Let's go ahead and get a first down, shall we, sir? Malik Willis was a superstar for the Green Bay Packers whenever he played last year under LaFleur's leadership. Hafley, obviously coming down from Green Bay, saw this guy every day in practice, says he thinks he can lead a program. They paid him $20-some million a year to go down there. Caleb Douglas makes a play with himself. Pause. Caleb Douglas makes a play to himself. I love seeing this type of thing. Miami Dolphins' expectations are not very high, but every highlight I see, D, but I think, you know what? Maybe it is the year for the Dolph fam down there in the AFC.
You know what? Maybe. This offense is going to go through HN. Obviously, bringing Malik Willis over. This is a guy that obviously he has a high ceiling as well, but Douglas making plays like this definitely helps himself. I love the one-hand catch. I love the concentration, finishing it. I know as a defender, we're always coach, hey, finish the play through the ground. As wide receivers, I'm sure they're hearing the same thing. So making that catch with the pass interference, Malik making the throw, is how you build that type of trust in your quarterback as well. I know it's only preseason, but building that trust, that continuity will go a long way for Douglas as this Miami Dolphins season arrives.
Yeah, Malik's saying to himself, okay, that guy will make a play for me if I need him, and he did. So congrats. That's a good part of preseason. You can kind of learn who will go, who won't. Caleb seemingly doing that. And the Dolph fam, the Fins Up community on the internet, they got these guys back.
Oh, yeah, for now.
And then whenever you leave, if you leave the Dolph fam and go somewhere else, they're an active bunch on the internet. The Fins Up the Fins Up community is a very active one. And they go to bat for their people loud. Once you leave, though, they don't go to bat for you.
No, they don't.
No.
Tua Tagovailoa no longer has the Fin fam, the Dolph fam, the Fins Up. Fins to the left, fins to the right. Let's have a good night community behind him.
I don't think he's the Falcon fan behind him either.
Yeah, they've already risen up against him. Yeah.
Really? I thought they were doing Dirty Bird. No, because he was doing a little something down there in Miami.
That was some good internet this week.
That was from Miami. Everybody saw this. This is when he was with the Dolphins. Everybody was saying he was doing this in Atlanta. This was,
not bad.
Gets the ball, spins, no reaction.
I know. They were loving this.
Back. Yeah, this is the Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when he was with the Dolphins. Everybody spread it around and said, he's with the Falcons. You know who's spreading that around saying that? I assume it was an undercover Dolphins fan.
Probably.
Because it feels like they're done defending them. And it feels like they kind of got in on the action this weekend with Tua.
I don't know. Gumps, you still got his back, right?
No, I'll no longer stand on a soapbox for that man. I did it for many, many years, and I'm fucking out.
So he's only doing that for... Okay. Why are you a Dolphins fan, by the way? Your dad told us. Who's the name of the man that made your dad a fan? Because his dad played pickup football in the neighborhood up there in Victoria. And everybody wanted to be Dick Butkus, so he picked another linebacker, an Italian man named...
Nick Baconti.
Nick Baconti, and he's the reason, because his dad wanted to play linebacker and pickup, and he was the one always available. He ends up going to the Dolphins, so now Gumpy is a Dolphins fan for the rest of his life because Nick Baconti.
It's Buonaconti.
Well, that's
There's no Q there.
Oh, we said
Buonaconti.
Have some respect.
Conti.
Okay, and why are we a Dallas Stars fan? We learned this from Gumpy's father because a goalie from Vancouver.
Gump Worsley actually was the goalie that my dad followed with the Minnesota North Stars.
Yeah, so he goes down to Minnesota, then to Dallas. So now Gumpy's a Texas hockey fan.
Sure, makes sense.
He's a Miami Dolphins fan because Dad needed to lay some lumber as Nick Buonaconti. So he went down there. Nobody's ever said that's the reason why they're a Dolphins fan.
I like it.
Was it Marino? He's like, no, everybody was Dick Butkus. I wanted to be
Larry Zonka? I would have thought
Nico
Zonka.
Tony Buonaconti.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Nick, oh my God, he is right out of the super Italian playbook here.
Sure.
Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's unbelievable. I understand it. Now I get it. I didn't see a photo, so I wasn't fully understanding it.
Here?
Yeah. Buonaconti got shit done.
It's a good look.
He was living life in Miami.
Oh my God. Think about him thumping.
Yeah.
More ways than one.
Yeah. Everything you could see.
Yeah.
We got another one.
Yeah, you do.
Zach Thomas, and there's one jersey available for rookies right now.
Number 10?
With the throwback. Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
He was making plays on Friday night.
Texas Tech.
Jakob.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people have.
He's everything that I assume we all assumed he was going to be.
I mean, we shall see. I wait till the real games, but I got faith in him.
When they draft him?
Second round?
Okay, so he's a guy. I brought this up earlier today whenever we're watching some of these preseason games. It feels so obvious that some of these college guys are going to be good NFL guys. Like, once you meet them, who they are, their work ethic, everything about them, it's like they're going to be good. And then whenever they play good, people are like, undervalued, got picked at 5th or 6th round. It's like, yeah, but we all kind of knew. I think that those people were going to be good. That's another guy, Rodriguez. Like, how does he fall so far? And everybody that's talked to him, everybody that's met him, everybody that watched him play football is like, he's going to be a good NFL football player. But his value's not high enough to draft him. It's like, what? I don't.
He kind of had all the measurables, too, though. That's what's weird. Didn't he run fast as well?
Yeah. Jumped high, ran fast, turned the ball over a bunch, was a Heisman finalist, was a quarterback going to Virginia, so he has the eyes of a quarterback, also a thumper. It's like.
All skills. You got to be a freak,
married
though, to go like, you know, you got to have the AJ Hawk type of Sonny Styles.
Yeah,
okay, boom. I'm going to take that guy top 5, top 10. Outside of that, the positional value and the charts and all that bullshit. We talked about it last week with Caleb Downs, him going, 11 when everybody saw him as a top 5 player in this draft. So, it happens, but once you get on that field, see.
Number 11 overall is really high still, by the way.
Very high.
Second round is still very high. As somebody that got picked 222. Second round would have been awesome. That would have saved me a lot of stress throughout the entire weekend. I don't love Penix asking a question if you want this guy and this becoming a thing. You talking to him? You talking to me? Okay. Out there. You know how they're going to use that?
Oh, is that what that was?
I've never seen it. I thought it was like 2 seconds.
I thought it was all this fucking guy.
First interception that's getting used.
Yeah, the way people are going to use this is certainly rude. Just if we know anything about. But I think he was saying, do you want this guy? What do we? And instead, what everybody else saw was this fucking guy.
Like this
and that's
guy?
how it's going to be used. That's how it's going to be used, AJ. And, Penix still could have a 15-year career with the Atlanta Falcons. Not that Tua couldn't. Okay, there's a chance Tua really finds his groove up there.
True.
There's a chance.
Won't overreact. This preseason.
That's all.
Him and Stefanski haven't got to cook yet.
Exactly.
Penix is fucking huge, too. Just seeing him in that next to Tua. That guy's giant.
Well, and Tua.
What's that?
I don't think Tua's gigantic.
Oh.
Which everybody's saying mean stuff about Kyler right now, too, about how that ball looks like it's going out of the pocket, with how small he is. I don't like that. Yeah, Kyler's not 7 foot tall.
It's always been like that.
Always. This is literally what he is. You don't think he's going to be able to deal with it? You're wrong. You don't think Kevin O'Connell's going to script in throwing windows for him to get it, just like Drew Brees and Sean Payton. Kyler Murray's about to go absolutely apeshit with this team. Who's the backup quarterback? Is it Carson Wentz?
No, it's JJ.
No, I don't know.
JJ's a backup.
Did you see Carson Wentz?
What do you mean?
Did you see Carson Wentz?
I did not.
Look at Carson Wentz. This is Carson Wentz football right here. This is preseason. Throw fake, no problem.
Where's the bucket?
Let me go ahead and get that. Says Miles Price. One-hand touchdown. Hey, what a touch.
Good coverage, too.
Nasty.
Yeah, great coverage.
Great coverage.
Carl's always going to have that.
Great kid.
Carson Wentz has that. He can run. He knows the offense a little bit. Not that JJ doesn't.
Good
but
vibes.
Is the Carson Wentz experience on the move, or is JJ on the move? JJ said he's willing to do whatever he needs to do to help the Minnesota Vikings, which we appreciate.
Well,
He's handling like a pro, but it's like everybody just kind of assumes that JJ McCarthy's the backup. It's like Carl Wentz still over there too.
They're probably all going to have to play this year, to be honest.
He might be a Flacco candidate. He might start for like 6 different teams
That'd
this
be
year.
sick.
He might just get traded,
That's a
bounce
rule.
around, play one.
Whoever's playing
boom.
internationally.
Yeah, we said that last year.
Exactly.
Carson needs to be traded to one of the international teams every single week because he needs to be starting.
Yeah.
The first eyes on football that some of these Europeans get, it needs to have Carson Wentz at quarterback because they need to think, holy fuck, anything can happen.
Exactly.
On any play. And that's the Carson Wentz experience, including this.
Yeah.
And then also there's a left-handed shot put out of your own end zone in a division title game coming. Shortest pick 6 in the history of division title game.
Any game. History of football.
That can happen. It's good with the bad.
Yep.
And that's preseason football whenever we're judging things that really mean nothing.
Good first weekend.
Yeah, but it's so fun.
It was.
Let's get the hell out of here, boys. You want to see Garrett Green catch a ball?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
WVU quarterback, wide receiver for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, gets it from Jalen Daniels out of Kansas.
Zero. Good hands.
Yeah, that's QB, Garrett Green.
Running wild, brother.
He is running wild. GG's about to run wild, brother.
Zip.
Who's that quarterback?
Jalen Daniels, he played at Kansas for 100 years.
Yes, he did.
Saw something interesting today on the internet. I don't know how real it is. I have to double check that. He got some first team reps with Baker today. Jalen Daniels, not Garrett Green, excuse me.
Playing quarterback? Or?
Playing quarterback.
Really?
What do you mean? Wildcat? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Means Baker better fall in line.
Heisman package?
All right.
He
Let's get out
looked
of
good
here.
in that second half.
Just saying.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that and I respect that. Where do we kind of land on that whole thing?
Baker falling in line?
Jalen Daniels is playing like that. I don't know.
Well, if Garrett Green's providing that much of an opportunity for these quarterbacks, I think you need to watch a GG potentially becoming QB of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Baby.
Well, don't let him get loose on it.
I think we can put that down to bed. Jalen Daniels, look out.
GG, you don't think
I think he is so much of a Wes Welker, Julian Edelman slot receiver at this point that he might not even want to go back.
You don't think he's flipped the switch?
He's already he's
I don't know.
putting
You give him a
that side
taste of that.
down.
He might
That's
it
what
might
I'm
all
saying.
come back to him.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll see.
They get limbered up, too.
Yeah.
Stretch it out.
He might be the future QB1's guy, though. Jalen Daniels might say, no, sorry, I need my guy GG in the slot.
Yeah, but what if GG's future QB1? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you guys seen it or not. West Virginia's got a team on them this year.
Oh, I saw the scrimmage. It was
Does the
really
coach
good.
know?
Well, Rich Rod never been happy with a team 29 years.
Okay.
After 1 week of training camp. Okay.
Makes sense.
I'm about sick of it. How do you feel about your team? They're fucking out of shape and terrible. I'm reading that. I'm like, what? How much fucking money are we paying these?
Open tryouts?
These guys are, we have fucking student trials happening. I had to give a call to source. Say what the fuck's going on? We've got a terrible football team. Coach, is just fucking, you know what's going on. It's like, I did not know. I did not know what was going on. It's like, all right, thank God.
You ever heard a college coach say, well, guys showed up in shape. They were sharp. Great offseason.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to be good this year.
Yeah, exactly. I got to talk to Coach Rod. Voice, obviously, just, man. Good luck to those lads. I told him, like, hey, man, this will be worth it long
Go
term.
get it.
Dogs only at West Virginia, bro. You're going to have to take it. You're going to have to take it.
Everything else in your life's going to be easier because of this.
Exactly. You're going to have to sit in that pocket. There's going to be a couple times where you're going to think to yourself, this guy better. He's saying some fucking shit now. Hey, am I allowed to respond? Don't. Yeah, just go ahead and swallow that. And then as soon as you get to when he's not around, relive it. Relive it all because it's a good time. And let's go win some games in West Virginia. How's Ohio State looking? They've already won the title. Let's quick cold call Ryan Day and just tell him congrats. You're number one in the
Number one in both pools.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
Do you think he'll be happy about this?
Oh, yeah, ecstatic.
25 guys drafted in the last 2 years. Number one still.
He might know what's coming.
What, with me calling him?
Yeah.
Both polls.
Tell the boys stop practicing.
You're good. Don't need it.
Hey, we're live. We're live right now. We are live right now. We're live. Okay? We're live. Hey, congratulations. Number one in the poll. You won the title. Two-time preseason national champion. Congratulations, man.
If I could flip you off, I would.
See it. Oh, they fucking hate it. All of them.
Yep.
All of them up there. The first AP poll is coming out. Great. That's what every coach is saying. Just hoping to God. Like Kalen DeBoer is the first Alabama team ranked out of the top 10.
Yeah.
He can utilize that.
Big time.
Yeah.
So big.
Dabo.
Oh, my God. We're not even ranked, gentlemen. They don't even think we're top 25. We won national championship here not too long ago. We're not even top 25. He can use that. Everybody at the top, though, yeah, right. You got kids making a lot of money that are on social media, having a lot of people of importance in the sports world saying, you guys are the best in the biz. Yeah, it's crazy. Just thinking about how pissed off the coaches are that they're ranked top 5 in the country at this stage and how they have to just deal with it. Like us calling Ryan Day right there and celebrating with him. He's laughing, but he's also like, hey, enough with that shit.
Shut the fuck up.
We need to, this means absolutely nothing, AJ. Very real.
Oh, yeah. Imagine if one of these coaches hears, like, or sees one of their players online say something, mention it being top 5. Oh, I don't know if your team's top 5 preseason AP poll, are you? Like a coach would lose their mind if they do.
I'm surprised I haven't seen some dances out of some locker rooms with how this has been going about like numbers. I don't want to say a number here to put out any school on blast, but let's just say you were ranked somewhere in here and you just start hitting one of those TikTok dances and like number 17 and not actually Washington. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't seen that to coaches poll or to the AP poll at this stage of life.
You would think because of how hot in the streets those get, that must be a point of emphasis in every single building for the rest of the time, really. Like it probably started last year, maybe the year before, like, hey, the TikTok dancing is a one-way ticket to you're off the fucking team.
It does bring a lot of bring attention, but in your own way. It does bring a lot of attention. Now, I will say, feels like these lads got a lot more rhythm maybe now than ever.
Well, and also campus started, so can you imagine, Coach? Oh, you got time to dance. You're not tired from? Oh, okay. You're not tired.
You saw a lot of pizzazz in that little bop you had on TikTok, I think. What'd you do? A little Is that what you're doing? Yeah. All right, sick. We got 110s after practice. We'll go ahead and run those out of you. Sounds good. That's what some coaches are like. Now, some coaches have made promises probably to these players that they can TikTok from the field.
Oh,
yeah. Or wear a number.
And I don't think we see those teams on that top 25 list.
Probably not.
But maybe we do. We've been so far removed from this. Who knows what's being promised and what's good and what's bad? All we know is these 25 teams are projected to have us have the best
season yet.
Can't wait to get started. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change their life. We're in this thing together. Ryan Day, you did it, man.
Congrats.
Two-time
Yep.
Two-time national champion before the season even started. Holy shit.
It's like winning BCS and like the other one back in the day.
Yeah.
God, he's Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Legit.
Yeah.
Go for the quadruple crown now. Try to win the Big Ten and then the actual national championship. You already won the 2 preseason ones. Have you seen a picture of their team? They're going to be really fucking good.
Ohio State?
Yeah.
I saw the pictures, like salary cap.
I saw a couple of those teams.
Like the
40?
The 40s.
Crazy. Yeah,
40
40 plus.
40s, yeah.
Insane.
Good for these kids, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of money out there. There's actually no cap. Just kind of go do and get whatever you can get.
Free agency every year.
Good luck to those lads. You think you need a cap to have a successful league?
Yes.
See?
I don't know.
Oh. I mean, America's pastime been doing it without one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, is that successful?
Guess we'll see. Time will tell.
Time will tell. They're not going to have a cap. I can tell you that much. That ain't happening. We will lose a season before they fucking institute a salary cap. No two ways about it.
We're talking about MLB.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those that don't know, the Savannah Bananas will be the only baseball you'll be watching next offseason.
Thank God.
Thank God.
And in the Women's Baseball League.
Okay.
Yeah,
true.
Is that?
I didn't know that.
We have that
softball league or there's
no,
I've seen
no.
the pro
There's
women's
professional women's baseball.
Baseball.
Okay, let's watch. Okay,
PWBL.
That's what we're gonna have next spring because.
No, I'm not
All right.
watching, but
Sweet.
it's out there.
Okay.
Okay, well, we can watch though.
Yeah,
no doubt.
we're allowed.
sure.
Savannah Banana baseball too.
Kristen Bell had a hell of a
Judges.
performance this weekend.
Unbelievable. Nailed it.
Impressive.
That shit's sweet.
By the way,
I like that.
by the way, Frozen 3 is going to be a banger. They announced a ton of great movies.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Just don't make it live
D23?
action.
Yeah.
D23 Expo? I need to go check that out.
Yeah,
I haven't looked at it
D23.
yet.
Yeah, a lot of big announcements coming out.
Throwing flames.
DeMaro's out there saying, I don't know if you know this, but we run this shit. Good for him. Speaking of, I'm so excited for the future of the Patriot games.
All right.
I'm glad you are.
I'm pumped. I spent a lot of time this weekend piecing together what that thing could be for the next 10, 20, 30 years. I don't know if it's ever going to get a shot, but I hope it becomes something sweet for the youth of America. All we're trying to do is give back, trying to be an asset to society, even though it seems like there's a lot of folks that think the exact opposite. We appreciate it all, and we can't thank all of you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three. For the good of sport, baby. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.